Hello, 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 love wrestling. It's Thursday night. It's 8 p.m. And you know what that means. It's another new episode of Between Two Beards.
Can we start off with the biggest news of the week? The Rats lost! But every night I'm making new best friends, and the only problem is we like having a good time. Forget yourself now. If you've got the budget, I've got the time.
There he is.
Hey, boss!
There's the boss.
Hey! The man with the finest beard on this screen. Canadian boys, shut the hell up. Let me talk.
You see, the Rads are resourceful. When I got beef with somebody, I can find a way to talk to them.
Hello, 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 love wrestling. It is Thursday night, and it is 8 p.m. And for the 200th time, PLUGGO.
Yeah, that checks out, I hope.
That means it is another new episode of Between Two Beards.
100 beards, 200 beards.
I was gonna say, yeah, I should have said that.
As long as we counted correctly, which I think that
I don't think we did. I do think we did. I don't.
You think this is like 202?
This is probably. I'm gonna guess like
194,
202. I actually think this is probably like 208 or something like something like that. We had specials, and we had things early on that I don't know if we counted as numbers.
We're gonna say that we did just for the sake of
but
the numbers behind me. Shout out Mrs. PLUGGO.
Yes.
But we're here. 200 of these things. When we started this little venture just under 4 years ago, we were just two kids with a hope and a dream.
You know, young upstarts,
young whippersnappers with Spencer's money to spend.
Yeah, and
we spent it. I bought these expensive designer graphics back here. We spent his money.
Truly like a thing of beauty back there.
We got a Philly in the chat saying happy 200. Scott saying good evening, happy 200. Nas T saying happy 200, boys. This is Ian, by the way. What's up, Ian? We were just hanging out with him. Dan Brown.
We just hung out with Ian.
Saying happy 200.
Yeah, over on the Mark Pod. That was a good time talking some road to WrestleMania and some things of that nature and how we were feeling about the build so far. That was a lot of fun. So go check them out. Go give them a follow. Go check out that video after you watch us tonight.
Have you done anything in life 200 times?
I mean,
on a weekly basis, consistently?
You could, yeah.
I could probably venture
against probably guess. Yeah.
This is PLUGGO who put up these beautiful decorations behind me. Says happy 200.
There we go. She's saying happy 200. We got Brandon in the chat. So you know, again, we have come to have guests, you know.
Yeah.
I would say this point more times than we don't. You know, I would say almost every week we try to get a guest on here and chat. And when we're chatting, and we'll have friends popping in. One's going to be popping in here in a minute along the way to say hello and hang for a few. And then, you know, but when we were reaching each other out over the weekend and we were like, hey, what do we want to do for 200? Like, who do we want to get? Like, who do we want to look for? You know, we kind of agreed together, but you were like, I think we should just roll how it all started, baby.
Just us.
Just you. Just
the only thing missing is the sparkler, which Scott asked that I blow the budget on the first show. We did
have sparklers.
There was one rule on this show. It was not allowed. No fireworks were allowed. And the first 2 minutes in, I lit a sparkler, and Spencer has hated us ever since. Well, me.
Yeah. So
Culp's now saying, "Good evening, gents. Here's to 200. Here's to 200 more." Whew. And it only took Dustin saying it only took me 195 episodes to realize I was blind.
That's true.
David
not even
saying
like 198, like 198, I think. But right off the jump, while we were getting ready to kind of come on the air here, one of our
legal
advisor, that has been one of his many jobs around here. He's been our legal advisor. He's been a friend to the show. He's been a contributor to our NFL weekly rankings when we did that this past season. He's our buddy. I just want on the record, I didn't invite him.
I didn't either. He's got access.
He's got access, baby. He don't need to be invited.
He goes where he wants, when he wants.
He does. He does. And he's here to say hello and hopefully throw compliments at us about our 200 episodes and how great we are.
At me, at least.
Yeah, he don't like me. It's fine.
It's because you don't like his team.
Sports hate. It's a sports hate. Our legal advisor, Lawrence Cox.
Hey! It's called having power of attorney. That's how I can show up at any time. You should have signed all those legal documents.
It's fair.
I like how David in the chat said he's glad he made 200. Me too.
Yeah, and then we have our pal Jose, who's been a guest. He's filled in for me. Our good friend Jose. He said I had to stop in. Happy 200. Thank you, Jose. I appreciate you. Appreciate all you guys. Yeah, I mean, 200's a lot. So 200's a lot. It's a big number. It's a big round number. But it's a number I'm proud of. We've been doing this thing, I know that occasionally I take a vacation here or there, so I haven't been here for all 200. Pluggo, I think you've only missed one show, technically. I think that was it. Your internet maybe caused you to miss them, maybe a couple others.
Yeah.
Like
I know I've missed maybe one or two for kids sporting events or something, but I still try to pop in and say hi.
Of course, but we've been here every Thursday. Wait, now when we started, were we at a different time slot?
We were. So when we first
9,
no, we did 8:30 to 10, but we would do 8 o'clock. Because we just thought like an hour and a half was a good sweet spot.
Okay.
At the time, and then we realized that we talk a lot, so we went to 2 hours. But we started at 8:30. We went 8:30 to 10, but we would go 8 to 9 on Quizplex weeks early on.
That's right.
And then we just decided to just go at 8 o'clock because it made more sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, all right. Now I'm recalling correctly.
Yeah, and we've never missed a week. We've always given you an episode because that was one of the only rules that we had, was just be consistent. Be here when you say you're going to be here. Obviously, things come up, but just make sure that our fans, you guys, know that we will be here every week, come hell or high water. And
yes,
we've done it.
We have.
And Lawrence has been a part of more episodes than I could probably count.
Yeah, he's been a part of a good chunk of them.
He's probably
he has.
Yep.
What's going on? How are we?
I'm doing good. First of all, congratulations. 200 episodes is no small feat. Especially we all had money was getting canceled after 50, and we've lost them. I can't believe we could actually bet on that on FanDuel. They had it up.
You had the over.
Yeah. And the fact that Pluggo needed glasses was on there for so long, and you just never noticed. Everyone was betting on it like he definitely needs glasses.
Because for the first 196 or 7 episodes, this was me reading the chat.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm reading the chat." Now I can see the chat,
which is a good thing.
But if you're in the chat, thank you so much for being here first and foremost, because honestly, and it's this cliche for a reason, without you guys, we don't do the show. Smash that like button, share this out, tell your friends, retweet the links, all that fun stuff. Let's have a party tonight.
Yep.
But yeah, Lawrence, we made it past 50. I don't know if we thought for sure early on we were getting fired earlier than later, and we're still here. Maybe Spencer just doesn't have the heart to let us go at this point, or we're getting close to that tenure.
Also, Spencer's birthday today. Happy birthday, Spencer.
It is Spencer's birthday today. How dare he try to upstage us?
Yeah, how dare he?
Today is our day.
His also 200th birthday. He is a vampire.
How dare you, Kevin?
Today is our day, and he tries to come up on here with a birthday?
Yeah.
Celebrate that shit tomorrow. How about that? No, I'm kidding. Happy birthday, Spencer. We love you. We also wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that fella. So, you know, and the trust that, you know, really the trust that he's given us. We came up with the idea for this show. Mm-hmm. And basically since day one, he's let us kind of do whatever we want, you know? And I don't say that like that we don't obviously go crazy, but like he trusted us.
He knows
from the jump that we were going to do things the right way, even as goofy and crazy as it got, especially in the early days with some of the skits and some of the things we did. Yeah. He knew that we were going to do it the right way, tastefully. It wasn't going to be something that would be a negative for the site and for him. Like, so, but having that trust, I think allowed us to flourish.
Yeah.
And kind of
for those that maybe you know, maybe that are new here and haven't been with us since episode 1. That was like, we went to Spencer and literally were like, hey, we'd like to do a show together. There's really no plan. It's just, it's going to be like, it's not a recap show. It's not a review show. It's just, we're going to go on for 2 hours, talk about a little bit of everything. And he, from really early on, was like, go for it. Do whatever you do. And was willing to be the butt of the joke. For
a lot of the time.
So you don't find that everywhere. So shout out to Spencer for sure. Shout out to Zach, who makes us look good. Shout out to Lawrence and everybody else that love wrestling, who's been on this show, participated on this show, helped this show grow. We wouldn't be there without you guys. John Cena's pissed, David. Yeah, he is. But I like Dan's comment. It said the Golden Girls only hit 180 episodes. You guys have been more reliable and dependable. Thank you for being a friend. Thank you, Dan.
Well, thank you, Dan. We got Ryan. I know we do. We got Ryan Sullivan saying 200. You're right. 200 is right.
Ryan can type well. Ryan, stud.
What?
Ryan can type well. He typed 200. He's a stud.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I've been noticing the Mark Order Twitter accounts been putting Ryan over quite a bit lately.
Yeah. I mean, they should. He's a swell fella.
Shout out to Ryan.
Besides his sports allegiances.
Eric asked, did we blow the budget for the 200th episode? If you count these, then sure.
Yeah, I mean,
Lawrence's retainer fee alone,
and appearance fee. This isn't cheap. This wasn't out of like.
Well, I'm gonna let you know.
My heart.
Well, he's reading off of cue cards that we wrote for him.
Yeah.
You can't listen. You can't just decide you're coming on a show and then charge us for being on the show.
Kind of how it works. It's
I didn't have an agreement. We specifically were like, let's roll the two of them. You know.
Well, to be fair, it's Spencer's money that pays for Lawrence,
and that might be fair. But if that comes out of our cut, I do not agree. We did not. We did not.
Lawrence has his own deal.
If that's how it works, I'm showing up on every show. Is that how it works? You just show up and you're like, you got to pay me now. I showed up, but you weren't part of the. Oh, I showed up. Showed up.
Yeah. Show up to work, you get paid. If you don't get used, you don't get used.
If you show up to work on a day off, and you decide to show up to work, I ain't paying your ass. Today's your day off. Go home.
It's the Rare Ripley rule. You can just sign a contract.
No,
and it's just your match.
That is not how that works either, Lawrence.
No one said it.
Rhea Ripley from personal growth 1 week to saying F it the next week and sign a contract that her name ain't on. You love to see it.
Name's on it now. No one thought to do it. No one said you couldn't do that.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
Well, that's kind of what we do here. We kind of just take over shit.
Yeah, that's 100%.
200 of these things with all the crazy scheming and plotting and who knows. I can't believe we made it. Now what?
Yeah,
we made it. Now what?
This is it, right? This was the end.
Yeah, it's all right, finale.
See ya. Say hi to Sue.
We're done. We'll talk. We're not even going to go to Mania. We're just going to end it right here. This is our go home show. That's just what we do. David, you might see it. I don't think he's going to stun Cena though. He'll be stunning. That stunner will be for Dwayne.
Dwayne, The Rock, Jansen.
Yeah, but we'll see. We'll talk about it. But Big day around the Boston parts. The Celtics got sold.
Did they?
Today. $6.1 billion.
How do you feel about
the
that?
largest North American sports team sale ever, which makes sense. They are kind of the most historic of the NBA franchises. So that probably makes sense. I would think in the core of sports, like it's Yankees, Celtics, Lakers, Canadians.
Like NHL teams are far behind, but the Canadians are worth a massive.
Yeah, like those are
like Canes and Leafs in the NHL. Yeah,
yeah, those are like the core franchises of sport, right? There's obviously more you could throw in there, but I think
we all wish Tom Ricketts would sell the Cubs now.
Yeah, when you're talking like the Mount Rushmore of sports franchises.
Ryan, it is not.
No,
we're not shaving. Not today.
No, not now, not ever, bro. Not ever.
I looked back at before you dive too deep, real quick. I did look back in the first episode, our opening to the first episode. I had far less of a beard. You had more color in your beard.
That makes sense.
We've grown.
That makes sense. That would make sense. I have no color in my beard anymore.
It's all
very few and far between, but I have no color in the beard anymore. But that makes sense that I probably had more color in there. 5 years. That's a lot of stress, bro.
Hanging out with me, stress you out.
My back hurts.
What dumb shit is Pluggo doing today?
No.
I have to. No. I have to.
I'm the one that got old because I was doing all the dumb shit with you early, and then I was like,
I'm done with this clown.
No.
But now you have a new owner who's probably going to slash payroll at some point.
I don't know who he is. I think his name is like Bill Chisholm. Yeah. I don't know. Apparently he's a bit. I mean, he has $6 billion.
Yeah.
So I would say the Dallas Cowboys, even though they stink, they're an iconic franchise as well.
Yeah.
They would be on that tier.
But unless he dies, they're not selling the Cowboys. No, he's not in.
And Jerry Jones is never going to die.
Assholes live forever. Assholes live forever. But yeah. So I think the general consensus is around here, like, all right, this guy has a lot of money. Hopefully he invests a lot of that money into the team because the team has a lot of big contracts. Next year, if they keep everybody together, which they're all under contract, we are not only going to have to pay all their salaries, but we're going to be $500 million over the luxury tax.
So those owners are like
$500 million. So if this guy comes in and he goes, I don't want to spend $500 million next year, the Celtics better win the damn championship again this year because that team might just be Jason Tatum next year, if we're being honest. Yeah. So there's like a worry of that because we knew a couple of the people that were interested in making bids for the team, and one of them was part of the ownership group that bought the team that is selling the team now. And I think fans felt like we wanted it to go to that person. His name is Steve Pagliuca. We call him Pags. That's his nickname, Pags. He was part of that ownership group. And according to him and like the statement that he released today, like they were willing to go over the luxury cap. They were going to spend money to keep to be a championship team for years and years and years and years. And he released a statement today and he was pissed. You could tell in the statement that he felt burned. Like he got, and Chris Mannix
didn't have $6 billion, bro.
And Chris Mannix, who's like a big NBA insider, he released a tweet that said Pagliuca felt like he got iced out, which that's a big term like that you use in situations like that. So I feel like there's going to be some drama about this around here for a little bit. But at the end of the day, I don't really give a shit. I just care about what the Celtics do on the court. So, but yeah. I just don't want them to get to be this rich guy that comes in and just doesn't spend money and just tries to get all the profit from being the Boston Celtics owner, and he doesn't invest it back into the team. Like we've seen, these guys are all over sports. Like there's very few and far between, like the guy, and I'm going to put the Eagles over, but Jeffrey Lurie. Like that's a good owner. He's rich, but he puts money into the team. There was a rumor that he wanted to buy the Celtics, and I was all for that because he's a Boston guy.
Like, then you get that weird scenario like that happens in Philly where you've got the Sixers who's owned by the owner of the Washington Commanders.
Yeah.
Which is like, it's so obvious.
Commanders are actually doing good things now. So I'm not
yeah,
gonna
but like it is awkward in Philadelphia because that was like when their Eagles were winning, the one team that would like either be incredibly late of putting out a congratulation tweet or not at all would be the 76ers.
Yes, because
and like
they're never going to win ever in the history of
yeah.
time.
But like everyone in Philly hates that owner.
Yeah,
like because he obviously has his allegiance divided.
When we've talked about sports, we've talked about all the time. Every single owner of a sports team is a billionaire. Every single one of them. So there is no excuse for any of them to not spend a shit ton of money to put a good product on the field.
I like how Eric asked if we had $6 billion, would we buy a sports team? If I had $6 million, Eric, I don't know if I'd buy a sports team.
I would. I wouldn't spend all my money to buy a sports team, but I would.
Okay, so the Celtics for 6.1. Maybe we could get like the Raptors for like.
Well,
2.
listen. If you
then the Clippers go for 2. Ballmer bought them for $2 billion.
Yeah.
So if we bought like the Memphis Grizzlies, we could probably get them for like maybe a mil, maybe a bill, maybe $2 billion, and we'd have $4 billion left over.
I like easily know what I would do. I'd bring the Expos back. I'd buy the Rays, move them to.
There you go.
But that's it. Like that Rays, I feel so bad for those Rays fans, man. Like the
12 of them.
Like
gives a shit about the Rays fans.
It sucks when you're about to
show up to the games, and I'll care about how you feel about your team. The stadium is empty year after year until September if your team is good. You don't care about that team.
Again, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy that like when ownership doesn't care about the team, fans don't come out as much.
Well, that is true. Yes, if you have a shit owner,
Dustin also saying
that keeps like flirting with like going to other cities and then having a new building and then not having a new building.
Yeah,
like as a guy who's been there before with his team leaves town. Like
I can't imagine. Luckily, I live in a city where no team is going to ever leave the town. Nope. That's what that is true, Nasty.
Lord,
that is true. We should feel bad for A's fans. They got a bad racket.
Dustin said that we've outlasted WCW Thunder, AEW Dark, AEW Rampage. We're killing it.
Really good. Speaking of,
you got somebody backstage who is.
Am I allowed to put them on the screen?
I don't know.
Are we going to get in trouble?
We might.
No, because it's not that person.
You know,
legally, it's not.
Can I
put as the lawyer here, the legal disclaimer that is not. It is not this person because this regular person doesn't wear a hoodie ever.
Can I just say, what a time to pick the return. Oh, this show's all about the 200? Nah, how about all about me? No, John Cena was right. Cena was right.
All I know is yesterday I was at Little League practice. We were coaching it up, doing the thing, and then these two had some back and forth on Twitter, so I had to figure out what was going on.
First of all, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Let's get that out of the way. Good to see you.
I'm not Kimmy's so
Yeah, good to see you.
Not me. Don't you see it says not?
I hope you're well.
I hope you're well too. I just wanted to say, there's more.
No. If you have something, no.
No, go right ahead. Right ahead.
The accusations thrown in that chat yesterday were just downright unbelievable.
The fact that you apparently, JPJ, according to the thread I saw, she DM'd just you.
Which I did not see. I did not see that.
I was not me, just you. And then, all hell broke loose after that.
No, this is what happened. I will tell you exactly what happened. He posted on his Instagram story the Between Two Beards 200. I slide up. I go, ooh, 200. That sounds so interesting. Man doesn't answer me for like 10 hours. I go, okay, let's go to a second resort. I DM the group chat with the two of you. And you know who answers me? Then he answers me on Twitter.
Yeah. I don't check my Instagram as much as I check my Twitter.
Why? We have most of our conversations on Instagram. DM.
That is true, but we
you know how many?
I have your number, so now I can text you. So.
Yeah, we text. So that's fine.
So Lawrence, we're just chop liver over here.
No.
Kimmy and I don't have
no. So Kimmy,
I'm a big deal.
Not Kimmy. Hell yeah.
Not Kimmy.
Not Kimmy. who her friend Kimmy retired at the beginning of the year from media. Her and I we chat every so often, but for the most part, she's busy doing bigger things. She left this town behind to go be a star somewhere, and then just miraculously, the day before episode 200, she's like, "Oh," and then I just went, "Funny seeing you around here now, huh?"
I wanted to wish you all. I was gonna be so nice. I wanted to congratulate.
Well, what do you mean? I was going to. You are going to.
No, I was. Fuck you. I hope you get canceled.
What do you mean I was? You are going to be very nice to us.
Oh, I have to now. Now it is required, apparently.
What do you think is going on here, Kimmy?
I don't know anymore.
Come on now. Come on. What are we doing?
How has retirement been? Not Kimmy's so cool.
It went great. Do you want to hear?
It went. Are you already back?
No, I'm not already back.
Okay.
No. You want to hear a funny story?
Yes.
Of how my day started last week?
Yeah. Are you crying? Are you sure this is a funny story?
Now it is.
Okay.
It happened. I get to the venue. I'm so excited. Like my talent, right, is gonna show up on time. You know what I heard? The ceiling had caved in on my hotel room.
In the hotel room?
In the hotel room, ceiling caved in and water all came, like all on.
Wow. So there must have been a huge ass leak up there. If the ceiling caved in.
Oh, remember the game we've played a couple of times in the show?
Yeah. No, she didn't.
Not yet.
Don't get on her yet.
Listen,
don't get on her
not
yet.
Kimmy Sokol doesn't drop names. Kimmy drops names. Kimmy does not drop names.
Not Kimmy just shows up and makes 200.
My head's gonna explode.
I'm kidding.
I don't know what
your head's gonna explode.
I don't know what you're talking about. Not Kimmy. I can't keep it straight. I know you as a name that I'm not allowed to utter on the airwaves anymore.
Oh, that person has been having a great week. That nickname's been having a great week.
I bet.
Oh,
I bet.
And it wasn't my fault. I had nothing to do with it.
No, it wasn't your fault. I've just been that person's been having a really great.
Well, we're glad you're here.
I'm glad I'm here. I'm so proud that you guys reached 200. JPJ didn't do anything stupid to get you guys off of Love Wrestling CA. Although I love the decorations. I think it looks so pretty. Lawrence, it's always great when you're here.
First of all,
thank you.
She said that. I didn't say that. She said that about you, Lawrence.
I appreciate that, JPJ.
No, I'm kidding.
Especially JPJ.
I'm kidding. Damn it! Now I forgot what I was gonna say. Son of a.
Were you? Yeah, I think you were yelling at me about something.
Well, you said of the two of us.
Yeah.
You think I would be the one that would say something stupid that would get us?
100%. 100%.
That is unbelievable.
That is nobody's ever on Team Pluggo when it comes to this. Kimmy's the best.
I'm not even saying that I think Pluggo would say something stupid to get us kicked off the air, but of both of us, it would be me, you think?
100%. You have the Boston anger, like the Northeast anger. It's the Northeast anger that I also have.
If we were professional, we would cut to a montage of all the angry moments in Boston.
Yeah, but I don't say anything inappropriate during that.
I'm not saying inappropriate. I would say get angry enough, and then
the Boston anger. The Boston anger.
Boston anger. That was such a great Kimmy. Not Kimmy.
The Boston anger. The Boston anger. Is it anger if you're not angry? That's just how we talk?
No, but I think it is anger because you get an attitude in your voice, and it's
yeah, but that's just how we talk.
Scary.
But my favorite, as somebody that has done over 200 plus episodes with you across everything we've done, is you always go, "I'm not angry, but I'm not yelling, but you are 100% yelling in Boston." It's the best.
Yeah. But if you spent time here, you would know that that's just.
I spent a weekend up there.
Yeah, you were in New Hampshire. That doesn't count.
You were 30 minutes away?
Yeah, but New Hampshire doesn't count. New Hampshire doesn't count. Come on.
Jimmy, you still coming to South Bend in October?
I am. I'm in April. I just got booked for it. Actually, I just booked my flight. I will be there.
April is not South Bend. April would be Indy.
What are you talking about?
Notre
We're talking
Dame.
about that thing. I thought we were talking about Square Circle Basketball. I was like, yeah, I just booked my flight. I will be there. I didn't get that far with my life till like past October. I might be there.
Yeah.
I might not be.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'll be here.
I will let you know. You will, as soon as like that happens, I will text you and be like, Pluggo, I'm going. Let's do a thing. Like, let's chill.
Yes. Okay, check this out. This might be the best super chat in show history.
I'm nervous.
See, but now he needs to send another one with the movie quotes because that's what I
make sure to watch the brunch grooming with Lawrence on Sundays. Go Eagles!
Go Birds!
How excited were you when the Eagles won?
Okay, we're not doing this. We're not doing this. We're not doing this. We're not doing this. We're not on my fucking show. We're not doing it.
I was about to be grateful and talk about.
We're not doing it. We're not doing it. We're not doing it. It's football season ended 2 months ago. We're not doing it. That's it. We're just not doing it.
I haven't talked
It's baseball. It's baseball season.
Rainmaker is tearing this family apart.
We can talk about March Madness. There's that Boston anger. There's that Boston anger.
Yes, hey, friends in the chat, if you want to leave a super chat to guarantee that JPJ has to read your question or statement on,
I didn't have to read that. I didn't have to read that. You read that for me, so thank you.
I did.
The fact that Milton Williams is the highest paid New England player ever. He beat Tom Brady.
Who is?
What's his face that you just signed off?
Oh, Milton Williams. Yeah,
Williams.
Yeah, because Tom Brady, nobody ever wants to give him his flowers. Tom Brady never took big contracts.
Yeah.
He paid.
Well,
he
also
like
his wife was incredibly rich.
Well, yes, obviously that helped. But like
his wife paid like $100 million a year.
If he really wanted to, he could have said, "Hey, I want to be the highest paid quarterback. Pay me like the highest paid quarterback." But he said, "No, you can pay me like the 14th best guy, so we can win all the time."
Yeah.
So but yeah. So appreciate the super chat, but I was liking the running gimmick of him doing the movie quotes. I felt like we were enjoying that. He
was shouting our guy Lawrence out.
Yeah. Which you should go watch Lawrence on Sundays for the brunch. The brunch is great. The other half of that, but you should go watch Lawrence and the brunch gimmick on Sundays. So, but yeah.
What is it? It's not.
Oh, you gotta do it. You gotta do it.
I don't though. So
I'm so confused.
Last time I checked, it's my show. Thank you for the
super chat.
It is, and I appreciate the super. I appreciate the super chat, and Ryan knows I love him, but it's not happening. So I will gladly take his money, and he will not. I don't though.
That's very rude that you're going to take his money and then not do it.
I don't know if you guys know. Last time I checked, it's my show.
Actually, it's not your show. It's you and Pluggo show.
Well, yes, but I am one of the two where it's my show.
Yeah, but you share equity. It's 50-50. It's not like 75-25. It's 50-50.
And Pluggo just showed that he is more than capable to read super chats, so he can read another one.
But that one specifically says for you.
That's not a command. That is a what's the word I'm looking for? That is a hope. He wants me to. That is a request, not a command, and this request is denied.
All I'm hearing is excuses.
Thank you, Ryan. I love you.
Unbelievable.
I am not gonna. For
our audio listeners, it says for JPJ to read, Austin sucks. For our audio listeners at home, he is refusing to read said super chat.
I will not lie. I will not lie to our listeners. I will not lie. I am a man of truth. I am a man of morals, and I don't care if it's a super chat or not. I will not lie to the people, and that is a lie.
Boston anger, exactly. There we go again.
No, being passionate is not being angry.
Sometimes it is.
Well, shout out to Grainmaker Pod and Ryan Sullivan.
Said to many a divorce attorney. Being passionate is not being angry. The dudes have said that to many.
Isn't that a thing? Wait, can you?
And that's why I can't see my kids.
You're a lawyer, Lawrence. Can I ask you? That is an act. Listen, we're not going to get deep into it, but like there are things where like people have used like a crime of passion to try to get away with bad things.
What's that line from Wayne's World where he's like, "You kill a man in war, it's called heroic, but I kill a man in the heat of passion, and it's called murder."
It's called murder. See, that's why Graymaker needs to send like a 5-cent super chat with a movie.
Ryan said he's complaining to Spencer.
That's okay.
As you should.
Yeah.
As you should.
I will take the citation. Like I said, I am a man of my people. I am a man of the people. I will not lie. So
Proud of you.
don't look at that as a slight. It's not a slight. I try not to lie in life. And if I said that aloud, I would be lying. I just can't do it.
I lie a lot in life.
That's not something you should admit. That's not something you should admit at all.
Brian Danielson has.
Oh, drink.
Oh, that's not a name drop.
No, that's really not a name drop.
Yeah.
That's not a name drop.
Well,
I'm quoting an interview with him.
Well, that's a name drop, so get the hell out of here. Tell us how great we are in Scram. Tell us how great we are in
You're nice. This is not Kimmy. Whoa.
Dan Brown knows what's up. Dan Brown knows what's up. I stand with JPJ. For the audio listeners, Dan Brown said hashtag I stand with JPJ.
Unbelievable.
Anyway.
And for the audio listeners, he gave more time to a non-super chat at Super Chat that they did the Super Chat. What are you doing,
That is not true. I put that super chat up on the screen for a good amount of time. I just didn't read it. But I put it up there. I did my duty. You read it. We got it done. The job was done. It was completed. Pluggo was like, I will lie to everybody. And I was like, I will not. Anyway. Drake is early upset over here over Missouri.
I've never been to Boston, so I have no idea.
You got to, man. Well, Saturday night's main event. Let's go.
I know. Should I? Cena's last match?
Cena's last match, baby. Let's let the Beards take over Saturday night's main event.
Let's do it.
December.
That'd be a great tagline. I think you should. That'd be a great tagline.
Hell yeah. That would work. I think that could work. Ryan, you know I love you.
Might have to sleep on your couch.
That's fine. I got 2 of them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Ryan, I will say this. One thing that is not a lie is it is a terribly designed city. Of all things, it is brutal to get around Boston. Designed by a bunch of idiots. Anyway. So I look at, see, I'm not just a homer. Boston has a lot of one-ways. So it's like if you have to, you could have to go half a mile, but it takes you 32 minutes. Because you have to go around in a square and there's traffic. It's brutal.
Montreal's gonna say the running joke is the construction in the city is insane.
And it's like I go to New York, and you know how I feel about New York. It's actually a great city, but the sports.
Thank you.
But New York is designed the way that you would want a big city to run. All the streets go one way, all the other streets go the other way. There's no confusion. It's just go to your block. I mean, obviously the traffic and the people.
The traffic is
because people are stupid. But other than that, it's when you see the design of New York, you're like, yes. You see the design of Boston, you're like, what the hell happened? The bomb going?
What do you got against Jey Uso? You're
I just think
said you're gonna get upset.
Drew did not appreciate, and I kind of went a little overboard, a tad. But Drew did not appreciate how I'm feeling about the build for Jey Uso and Gunther. And Drew,
it's not good.
And Drew was leaning in on the booking's been bad, which is true. But I also think we can't just always blame the booker. You have to blame the people involved as well a little bit too. And I don't think, and again, it is the booking. I don't know. I just feel like even the stuff, when it comes to Jay, the other stuff is starting to do it. He's still massively over. The entrance is over. But I feel like during the matches, it's quieter. I don't know. I just feel like things aren't going well. They're just not going well.
And Dustin over here said, by the way, that we have the 2024 lookalike for guest of the year, Kimmy Sokol, announced. Dan Brown on Twitter earlier said that we should do the right thing and name him guest of the year.
What?
He said that you swayed. He thinks that you stuffed the vote.
How? This is not true.
How many times did you vote?
One time. One.
That was a quote. That I did say. I did say that.
I mean, I think the problem is too, Gunther's title reign hasn't been anything. What has it been?
The last 2 to 3 weeks, this is the Gunther that they should have been showing for months and months and months. Like
I agree with you.
This guy that we've seen since he got involved with the Alpha Academy and like the Axiom stuff and what he's doing to Jay, should have been the guy from months and months ago. I don't know. So I like what they're doing lately with Gunther, but overall, you're 100% right, Kimmy. Like, the title reign has been underwhelming. The moment of Jay winning the Royal Rumble and that promo on Raw were spectacular. And I'm still happy for him that he won. I'm still going to be happy for him when he wins the title at Mania because he's still going to.
Oh, that was my next question. Did you guys think he was going to win?
I still think, I think it's the night one opener, and I think he wins. And I think that it will be a great moment and it will be good. I just feel like it's been the same shit every week. It's really the same stuff every week. It's like, it's the same promo. It's, people have been doubting me forever. I doubted myself. It's the same thing week after week after week after week. And Gunther's been whooping his ass week after week after week after week. This week, Jay got the one up a little bit. But
I agree with you. Like Jay definitely, they did book him in at least a longer match.
That did no favors. That did him
no
like
favors. That squash match made
brutal.
They obviously quite blatantly cut time because of the promo. That match was supposed to be longer, but he needs a longer match because the main thing that's drawing him back is people
why are they cutting
attacking
time?
his in-ring talent.
They're on Netflix. They don't have a hard out anymore. It's not like that crowd was like, we got to go home at the 2 hour mark. Hey, happy 200th B2B is now the same age as JPJ. Shout out to Josh Robinson.
Yeah, love you, Josh. Sure.
See, back at JP, there's a running joke between Josh and I that JPJ doesn't like any wrestling that's in color. It's all black and white. It's his favorite wrestling era.
Sure.
That's why he doesn't. That's why he ain't vibing with Jey Uso and all his colorful shirts and his yeeting and his skeeting. He just wants but they shouldn't have cut the match. They should. I know Cena and Cody took 45 minutes, but again, I think the show ran 2.5 hours. Maybe I don't think it went super deep. You could have given Jay at least 5 to wrestle and show what he can do. But
he should be able in those matches should be able to start showing Gunther he is he's able to do the in-ring thing and show oh no, I respect the mat too. I'm able to do this. I'm able to I'm a legitimate threat to your title because everything Gunther's been saying is he's not to be respected.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, you know what I think? And we talked about it here. And I got to show another super chat after this, but let me get my point out. We talked about it here last week, and we just talked about it on the Mark Pod. I think for Jay, they need to lean in. So last week he got his ass kicked again, right? And the Alpha Academy is in the trainer's room with him, and Otis half hugs him and says, "Hey, sorry we weren't out there to help you, but it won't happen again." And they leave, and Jay kind of gives them a side eye, okay. Mm-hmm. And that's the story that they need to tell with Jay. He needs to be where is my family? I've been getting tortured by this guy for 6 weeks. Where is Jimmy? Where is Roman? Where is Sammy? Cody, where are you? I did all these things
on the
for
other
you
brand.
guys. I know, but you know what I mean. I did all these things for you guys all this time. And now I'm getting tortured by this guy and I need backup and none of you are anywhere to be seen. And I think that's a side of a story that would add layers to this that would make me care more than just Jay telling me for another month the same shit he's been telling me for 5 weeks is that he's been doubted his whole life. Everyone said he was going to be a tag team guy. They never said he was going to. We know. You've been saying that since the Royal Rumble. I need something new, please. And I don't want to feel this way about Jey Uso. I'm glad he's in this spot. But I need something more, man. It's boring as hell. Boring as hell. And that's where I'm at. That's fair, right?
Yeah, I would say. I mean, I agree. It's hard because they are on 2 separate brands. And the other thing, too, is Ludwig's kind of doing his own thing, right? Mm-hmm. He's kind of in that IC title, Penta, whatever that's going to end up being. So you can't even do, Jimmy and Jay versus Gunther and Ludwig on the road on a Raw. That would be kind of interesting, but you can't do that.
I do think Jimmy should be the one because this week it's A-Town down on Monday. It's A-Town Down Under versus Jay and a mystery partner. It should be Jimmy.
Oh,
that should be a
The hometown guy.
Well, they're saying Joe Hendry, and like that'll be a great pop, and like that'll be fun. But like Hendry's not gonna. We're on the road to WrestleMania here, guys.
But I don't know if you saw
Like-
on Fightful, Joe Hendry is appearing at WWE World.
I get it. I don't know. Like,
Isn't that astonishing that he is going to be there and at WrestleCon all Vegas weekend?
yeah. And look, he's clearly going to WWE once his contract is up with TNA, whenever that is. Clearly, all right, and that's fine. I just feel like I want to know more. Like, yes, it would be a great moment. I will pop just like everybody else. I'll sing the song. It'll be fun. But I would rather have something that involves this story happen than just the one-off cool pop. Even though I like Joe Hendry, I would rather it be something that goes to the story.
But
with
isn't
Jay.
that mainly Jay's story right now? Is he's got a really cool pop, and so does Joe Hendry. So put the two coolest pops together.
That's why they get along together. So
Yeah, I
well.
get it. But
Your
like,
pop is cool. My pop is cool. I'm from here. I'll
Together.
show you the sights. I'd like to see a little vignette of Joe Hendry taking Jey Uso around the city.
that'd be fun. That would be fun if they actually did that. Like that would be. And again, like,
But I
don't-
get what you're saying 100%. There's
Yeah.
really no like
I just
reason for Jay to.
Yeah, and
to
I
have
don't wanna-
fun.
I don't want to be that guy because there are a lot of idiots on the internet that are taking the not liking Jey Uso thing way out of control and like saying stupid shit. I'm not there. I have no problem with Jey Uso being in the world title match for Raw and winning the Royal Rumble. I have a problem with what they're giving me week to week since because it's been dog shit. And that's my problem.
I'm a little worried that we're a month from the show and we have what 4 matches.
Yeah, there's
now?
4 matches. Yeah.
Anyone
Now,
else worried about
some
that?
of those we know are going to happen, but they haven't officially announced them. Like they haven't announced Roman, Seth, and Punk yet, but we know that's happening. You know?
we can assume.
Yeah. So I don't know.
It's because they're also like there's such a long period between the last pay-per-view and WrestleMania that they have sort of like a dead period of like a few weeks, which like planning these European shows is very smart because like it gives like a lot of momentum and a lot of like extra energy to what have been boring ass weeks.
Yeah.
Because like really it's gonna kick in high gear in a couple weeks when it becomes April because like it's only at the end of April WrestleMania. So like you once April starts, I think the matches will be pretty much put together. So they can start building the matches.
Yeah.
The feuds more.
And all right, I want to read this super chat by Eric.
Yeah.
Thank you for the super chat, Eric. He says,
Yeah.
boys, non-Kimmy, congrats. Kimmy hasn't been here for 200 episodes. You don't got to congrats.
It would be funny if she has it here for 200 and we just haven't noticed. No one's noticed.
You
Just
don't
in the
congratulate her on
background.
anything. Yeah.
Who do you think does all of our production
I think
work?
this is really for you, Pluggo.
Oh.
He says, when does Marco Stunt get here?
Oh.
Do you think he should have ditched Jurassic Park for Dark Order back in 2020?
That's a good question.
That is a good question. I remember.
I don't know when Marco Stunt gets here. I wish he would show. That'd be cool. I'd be down to hang out with my guy Marco again. No, I don't think he should have joined the Dark Order because I think Christian should have never unceremoniously basically kicked my guy out of the Jurassic Express. That's where the beef started with me and Christian.
Okay.
So yeah, Marco Stunt and the Jurassic Express was a match made in heaven. You screwed that one up, Christian. Now look at you, dumbass, without your signed you messed up the signing on the contract. You didn't get your world championship. For some reason, you had Nick Wayne mad at you last week.
Wait a minute.
Right. He was mad at him last week, and he's helping him out this week. Make sense.
Well, are we sure that Christian had anything to do with that?
With what? Oh, I
What
don't
happened?
know.
What happened
But
last night?
either
Are
way,
we sure
Yeah,
that
Christian
Christian
wasn't even
sent-
there.
listen,
Are we
I
sure that
blame
Christian sent
Christian
the
for
order?
everything.
Yeah, that's because you're anti-Christian.
Inflation,
That's been,
Christian's fault.
you're
Are you
I get-
blaming him for the eggs?
Gas
Too.
prices, Christian's fault. Eggs,
gas
Christian's
prices
fault.
are doing okay. Gas prices are
The
all right.
fact that I can't fit into my pants that I bought when we started this show, Christian's fault.
That's not Christian's fault. That's not Christian's
Definitely
fault.
not Christian's fault.
That's not Christian's fault. You gotta.
The fact that I got to wear glasses.
You need
now that
someone
I'm
needs
blind,
some self
Christian's
accountability.
fault.
Someone needs some self accountability. That's not Christian's fault.
I don't think the glasses thing is Christian's fault either.
I think that this is leading towards.
Well, you know what? Now I might have to. Maybe JPJ's right, Kimmy. You're starting to turn on me.
I've told you, John Cena was right. We're going to talk about John Cena for a long time, so I'm holding it off. But we're going to talk about John Cena for a long time. But I think that what we saw last night, that's the start of eventually getting Adam Copeland and Christian as a team together. I think that's where we're at here. I think
Dax?
I was going to say, I think All In at Texas is going to be FTR versus Adam Copeland and Christian. I think that's, I'm going to stamp on that. I'm going to stamp on that. I think that's where we're going. I thought that both of them were going to turn last night because there was a split second where Cash was behind Adam Copeland when Dax was frustrated, and Dax looked at Cash and Cash looked at Dax, and I was like, are they turning? But then they just did the Dax thing where he was pissed.
There was too much going on in there.
Well, first of all, I was in a daze once I saw a man get a bed of nails stuck in his back.
So scary.
Poor Renee. Renee is backstage watching this shit every time he wrestles. He does something crazy. And it's just like, dude, that, and I'm a guy, I watch deathmatch wrestling occasionally. I'm not queasy. I don't have a light stomach. I'm cool with shit. That was gross. That was gross. How it got
stuck. That's why I was like, oh my god.
What do you mean? He got suplexed on. It's like 260 pounds laying right on that.
I know, but then when Wheeler tried to get it out and they still couldn't, that's what I was.
I was watching on this chair. I was taking my notes on this computer, on this monitor, and watching right here. And even me, when Wheeler tried and they showed that camera angle where I was like, he's going to rip his back off. And then I had to get up and I had to go walk around out here. I was like, oh, it's stuck in him. Oh, it's stuck in him. And I had to do a couple laps around my coffee table. I was like, couldn't believe it.
I'm trying to make notes for your podcast.
I got real quick. I like in the chat the Christian wasn't there. Kimmy said Christian, like that text messaging and cell phones don't work. Like he couldn't say, "Hey, go beat this dude's ass for me real quick." Come on, guys.
Maybe there was.
Maybe they acted on. Oh, what the hell's going on? If anybody has epilepsy?
Epilepsy. Yeah.
Epilepsy.
Be careful.
Yeah.
Be careful.
Wait, there was that snowstorm, right? So maybe there wasn't any cell reception. Come on, Pluggo, think outside the box here.
All I'm saying is I could easily see whether it's the truth or not.
I'm the one not thinking outside of the box. Yeah. Come on.
Whether it's the truth or not, I could easily see Christian showing up next week and being like, hey, I know we've had a history, but I didn't tell them to do that. Now, whether Copeland or not believes him, and you lean into that, you could. I don't know. What we saw from Nick Wayne and Kip Sabian last week, like you said, Pluggo, and then for them to besides the long, Adam Copeland wasn't the reason that Christian fucked up. He had nothing to do with that. Besides, obviously, they have a long history, duh. But why would they screw Adam Copeland out?
But that's what the commentators said. They said they're out here to help Christian
get revenge.
Yeah,
that's what you. But
I listen. I didn't hate the match itself. I just thought there was way too many with the Death Riders involvement, and then Willow, and then Nick Wayne, and that. It's like.
And where was Jay White? Didn't anyone think he was going to tell
Jay White? Well, there was a snowstorm in Omaha, Kimmy. Maybe he couldn't get there.
There were reports that certain people could not make it in there because of the weather, so maybe he was on that list.
Not Kimmy.
Send the cardboard cutout. Send what do they call it? J board, J card, whatever.
Yeah.
The cardboard cutout could have turned heel on Copeland.
Yeah, I don't know. Because now it's like that was it, right? That was it. Copeland's not going to get another chance at the world title. You would think.
We hope not.
Anytime
soon. It has to be Swerve.
Yeah, it's Swerve at Dynasty, and then they're doing the Owen, and it's to me, it sounds like all the guys that have been wronged by Moxley are going to be the guys that are in the Owen. That's what it seems. Well, or we have Hangman in there, we have Ospreay in there. Do we think MJF's going to jump in there?
Yeah.
I would.
He's busy.
With Hangman, who's now in the Owen.
I think there's going to be 20. I think this Owen Hart tournament's going to be 20 people per.
I don't know. What do they normally do? 8?
Have
they done 8 the first 2 times? Was it 8?
Yeah, but you have to stretch it out till All In July. If you're starting it at Dynasty.
Is that when they're starting it, or is it after Dynasty?
I don't know. I don't know what they're doing anymore, but I feel like if you're mentioning it now, then you're going to start it in April. You got to have it stretch out, right? There's only one other pay-per-view in between Dynasty and All In, and that's Double or Nothing.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just kind of and look at Hangman and Will Ospreay are 2 giant names to be in that tournament. That's 2 giant names. I could see MJF joining it because of the Hangman thing. I
think someone in the Hurt Syndicate's going to get in there.
If
Sheldon probably.
If Moxley retains against Swerve, I could see Swerve entering it. What if Darby, depending on when they start it, what if that's an easy way to get Darby Allin back into the...
He's busy climbing a mountain.
Now he is, but what if they don't start it until May or after Double or Nothing or something like that?
That's you hoping he survives said mountain.
Well, yeah. I don't know. I'm kind of up in the air about it, but I feel like we're going to get like a lot of top talent in at least on the men's side of the
Give me John Silver and Alex Remington.
That's not happening.
I would love Johnny Silva.
Yeah.
Love him. Yeah. Love him.
Everybody but Jeff Jarrett.
Why?
Wow.
No,
I feel like Jeff Jarrett should be in the Owen every year, until he retires. Like it's his last year. He's retiring. He's got to be in the Owen. He was best friends with the guy. Got to be in the Owen. I wouldn't be shocked if Jarrett made a run to like the finals in it and lost. To be honest with you.
No, I think the finals is going to be Will and MJF. If they put MJF in it.
Wait, Will and MJF, not Will and Hangman, or Hangman and MJF again.
No, because Will has to get to the finals because Will's going to win.
Yeah.
And then I think MJF finally gets his win over Adam.
So do you think Will is the guy that will eventually take the title off of Moxley then? Do you think Moxley beats Swerve?
I think Swerve beats Moxley.
He better. He should.
Kind
if
of.
He doesn't,
that's what I've been pushing.
Boy.
I think Swerve wins. And then I think you do Swerve and Will in the main event of All In.
Do a rematch then.
Even though the main event's probably going to be Kenny and Takeshita for the unification of those titles.
No, Okada.
Oh, Okada, whatever. Whatever's happening anymore.
Kimmy.
I'm not Kimmy.
Not Kimmy. They're not all the same. Come on.
Well, one of those titles doesn't get used. Okay. The other one is just finally starting to get used.
Does anybody else?
They're combining those titles, correct?
Does anybody else think it's almost like too much of a foregone conclusion that we all think Swerve's going to beat Mox at Dynasty?
I'm torn.
I think you have to.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I think we all want it to happen so bad, but I think like they're like you said, like, do you put the title? So you put the title on Swerve at Dynasty just to have him lose it all into Will Ospreay? Because ultimately, Will Ospreay is going to be the AEW.
He'll defend it successfully at Double or Nothing.
Yeah.
Against whoever. You have that other pay-per-view.
Yeah.
But is that more valuable than just having Mox go to All In and us even hating him more? Why?
No. Because you could do like the Death Riders as like a team. You could do what's it called? I can't think of the name.
Blood and Guts?
When they do
Trios?
No.
Lawrence
Stadium Stampede.
Yes, you could do that.
Right.
And you could do the Death Riders
Anarchy in the arena.
Yeah, you could do one of those matches. Do Death Riders versus whoever. There's so many things you could do with the Death Riders and Moxley that
you
could kind of
could do that as him champion anyway.
My thing is,
you could. You're saying no, like you can't do it.
Definitely could.
Like it's not
my
possible.
thing is, month after month after month, when Moxley retains and wins, the crowd gets worse and worse and worse. And I feel like, not saying that we all wanted Adam Copeland to be the guy, but the way that went down, and I thought last night's match was way better. They should have just done that match at Revolution. I don't know why they just didn't do that match that we saw last night at Revolution. I feel like it would have been received way better than the match that we got at Revolution. But with that being said, I just feel like if he wins again, the way that he always wins, like the Death Rider-ish way against Swerve, I feel like we are at a mutiny. I feel like we're getting closer from the fan. Yes.
But in a weird way, I think that's what they want.
I think so too.
I think as crazy as this sounds, hear me out. They know we are all saying this Death Rider thing is not great. It means something else. But I think that they're smart enough to realize that we also think that. So there's one way to go. You can immediately rip the Band-Aid off, pull the title off of him, and cut your losses and say we screwed up. Or you could get us to a point where we are just so irate with the fact that he keeps
we're already there.
Right, but you just keep going even a little bit more. What's one more pay-per-view, right? Until that All-In moment. Texas.
One more.
John.
It's in July.
Right. That's the That's the big one. Everybody talks about.
Well, what do you do a double or nothing?
Everyone talks about save it for the big moment. We got to save this for WrestleMania. We got to save this for this. The All In is there. I'm saying they might be willing to let Mox hold this thing till July. That's all I'm saying.
I don't think you're necessarily wrong at all. But what a way to book that if that were true. He's like, hey, we know the fans hate this. We want them to keep hating it. Yeah. Like, keep talking shit, keep hating it, so that when we finally do, the guy who wins it's the biggest moment ever, because everyone's going to be like, thank God.
Right?
But I feel like there's such a story in having Swerve win a Dynasty again and him being like the Dynasty guy. Like how everyone's like, oh, there's a Mr. WrestleMania, there's a Mr. Revolution. Like, he will be the Mr. Dynasty. That will be his pay-per-view.
You know what's awesome about wrestling? With like this, there's options.
Oh my God, isn't that so crazy?
Instead of like, oh, it's a four, right, Lawrence?
Yep.
Yeah.
Lawrence was like, why don't you come on this show?
Well, he's stuck with three people that talk their asses off all the time. So
me,
yeah, the three of us.
To podcasting.
We like
I don't know how
this
works.
I don't know.
How this works.
Are you, Lawrence? Are you as sick of the Death Rider stuff as all of us?
Yeah, like I think it's like run its time. Like it's really been spinning its wheels for the last little while. It hasn't been doing as much for me. Like, I'm more excited about the other stuff that's not the main title stuff on AEW.
Yeah,
like
I would agree.
There's a lot more exciting stuff there. I think I said it then that I agree with you, JPJ, that the match should have been a street fight.
Stop the presses. I'm kidding.
Yeah. The match between Copeland should have been a street fight from the jump. Like,
right? Like, I feel like the match we got last night, they should have just done that at Revolution. Yeah, I think we wouldn't have run into that backlash at all.
Like, you would have that big moment people were talking about instead of like a super weird finish where like it just shows you had no idea what you're doing with your own fake Money in the Bank, which was like kind of dumb. Like,
what is this?
We have another visitor.
Oh,
what's up, guys?
Oh,
what's going on?
DB Punk.
Let me ask you guys something. Do you guys fancy yourself a wrestling show?
Yeah.
I'm new here. I don't know what happened here.
Most weeks we
I can fill you in. There seemed to be some kind of misjustice. Apparently, I was the runner-up. When it came to the 2024 Between Two Beards Guest of the Year.
He's cutting the promo.
He's trying to, but his
I know.
Internet's not
what's going on?
You think this is some kind of joke?
No.
No. I just laugh out of nervousness.
What's going on?
Mean,
hey,
I'm not Kimmy, right? Kimmy doesn't exist right now. However, if I was Kimmy, I would say that I had more votes.
Oh no.
By like one.
Yeah, by people who can't manage an NWA podcast.
Wow.
I feel like that's not true.
Wow.
What if Elevate?
I got my start on this channel with an NWA podcast.
That is true. That is how PLUGGO started here at Love Wrestling. Yeah, NWA Power, baby.
Yeah.
Back in the day. How we doing, Dan? Oh, he's on delay.
Listen, guys.
Yeah. Oh.
Look at this. That AOL fighting for its life.
I was going to say,
doing
Dan's got
I have to be here.
AOL?
My edits, but showing some
no.
He's got only a couple minutes left on that 8-hour free AOL trial.
What the hell is that?
What?
Kimmy, stop it.
They used
to AOL free CDs that you get.
Yeah, they used to give you free CDs that you'd pop in. And you get 8 hours of free internet.
Yep. Oh, we lost him. Hopefully he tries to come back if he does, but we lost him. I think the internet. But that was Dan Brown, our pal, who was in the chat. But it was actually DB Punk, and it felt like he had a problem with one of the votes.
Actual Kimmy, not me.
He was cutting the Punk promo. That was a good bit. I wish the internet.
Yeah, but he failed because the internet didn't go.
I wish the internet would have been more steady for him there because I felt like that was a good bit. That was a good bit.
I'm gonna have to talk to Kimmy after this. She
Maybe.
must be hurt.
Maybe. But that was that was our pal Dan Brown. We love Dan Brown.
Yeah.
We love Dan Brown. Funny fellow. God almighty. I don't know. He better lose. Swerve better beat him. Swerve better beat him.
But that's what I'm saying. Everybody feels that way, and I feel that way too. But I think they're just silly enough to go, not one more. Give me one more. Like,
No.
I know, right? That's what
I know that's what you're saying.
Why?
No.
Steer into the skid. Just steer into the skid. Like, go crazy with it.
I think he's back.
Hello. He's back. Oh, now he's on the phone.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, guys. Sorry about that. I had this whole big thing planned, and I thought it was going to be great.
Well, do it now.
Start
over
over
now, man. Yeah, do it now.
Oh, I can't start over. I ruined the gimmick. I ruined
that was a good
the
gimmick, though. I was just saying, I was like, damn, I wish the internet would have held stronger because I felt like that was a good bit. I felt like that was going to be a good bit.
Dude, I had like notes right here about like JPJ having sharing a bank account with his wife.
That was going to be so good. Damn it.
You know, how could I lose to some empty-headed dumbass like Kimmy? To be fair, not that I feel that way, but I was gonna do a little bit of the pipe bomb. I was gonna do a little bit of the pipe bomb. I was gonna wave to Tom Talks Rubbish. Hi Tom, how's it going? You know, I was
between two beers would be a better run show when their idiot kids take it over.
Yeah. Doofus son-in-law.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Well, we appreciate you popping in, though. Yeah.
Well, thanks for sending me in.
Yeah, of course.
You gotta give an A for effort, JP.
That wasn't A+ for effort. A+. Once I saw you pop in, I was like, oh shit. I was like, here we go. This is gonna be good. This is gonna be good.
What's so funny? All of it.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations to you fellas. You know, 200 episodes is an awesome achievement. No podcast I have ever done. And I know this is a little bit different than a podcast too. Like this is an actual show, which I give you extra credit for. No podcast I've ever done has ever reached, I think, 60 or 70 episodes. So I know what a pain it is. You guys put in the effort. You might not have thousands of fans, but you guys have people that consistently tune in. And for knowing how good dudes you guys are, I can't be happier for you guys.
I appreciate that. We appreciate it.
And right now, if I could, I'd give you a big bear hug, and then I would stare in Tom Talk Rubbish's eyes as he went like this.
And to think, we were just about to crown you Guest of the Year in 2024, and then you did that.
Hey, you guys almost had to do the right thing.
Yeah, then the face just drops, and I get kicked directly in the penis. That's how that goes.
Yeah.
Directly. And then but thank you for the kind words. We're glad. You know, we met a lot of friends along the way that have become regular, not fan, but to become regular part of what we do here. And you're definitely on that list. And all three of you are, but you are definitely on that list, Dan. So it's one of the highlights is like when we get to run into people that we click with and they become more than just people that guest host on it or that pop in on a show. They become like part of what we do. And you're supportive. You're always in my Firmly chats with me and Drew. You're always here in the chat. You know, so we appreciate everything that you bring too. So yeah, honestly,
you know, I can't tell you how many times I put a comment in the YouTube chat for like Firmly WWE or Firmly AEW, and I sit there for like 30 seconds and I just delete it. Where I'm like, man, this could be taken the wrong way by so many people, and I don't want it. I don't want it to be reflected on you guys or taken out on you guys for me being an idiot. So
we appreciate that, man. We appreciate you a lot. All right. Well, it's been a while since I've talked to you. How we haven't dived into John Cena yet. What were your initial? I know how you feel about it because you've been in our chats, but what was the initial opinion when you're watching that live? And this guy, for 20 years, been as good as it gets, turns heel.
So to tell you what happened. I was at a comedy club in Tampa. I was working. I'm the headliner. Okay. So I'm the guy going on last. The host has his phone on Peacock and we're watching Elimination Chamber as the show's going on. 2 minutes before I go on stage is when John Cena kicks Cody Rhodes in the penis.
Was that the first thing you said? You're like, hey, guys, I have a bit tonight, but I just got to let you know John Cena turned heel.
I gotta go.
So I went on stage. And I said, "Are there any wrestling fans here tonight?" And like 4 or 5 people raised their hand, and I was like, "Do you want me to spoil Elimination Chamber?" And they all said no. And I said, "Okay, then I'm just going to be sad by myself."
Fair enough.
Just left it as is, you know. There's part of me that it still doesn't make sense, because it's like, dude, you've been this way for 20 plus years. Why now? But I trust Cena and his ability to be able to tell this story. It might not make the most amount of sense, but he could probably deliver it better than anyone else. You know what I mean? Like. I'm going to turn the clock back about 5 years here. Remember when Edge returned and Randy Orton beat the snot out of him?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So in that rivalry, Edge and Randy Orton performed horrible creative excellently.
Yeah.
Like it made no sense that, you know, hey, you're my best friend. I don't want to see you break your neck, so I'm just going to break it for you. Kind of thing. Yeah. So I feel like there's a lot of logic missing from this. But at the same time, this past Monday, you know, I watched that promo and I was like, he ain't wrong. Same thing I said when the New Day turned. I'm like, they're not wrong. You know, he didn't say any lies. And the way how he called that kid out, and the fact that they had that kid has to turn into a professional wrestler one day, right? He has to, like. There's no other way, you know. That's almost to the level of RVD getting in the ring, kissing Ted DiBiase's foot for $100.
Yeah,
you know, it's or you know, AJ Lee crying when she met Lita. Like this has to come back around one way or the other.
It's hilarious.
Hopefully that kid kicks Cena in the dick one day.
You know?
Oh my god!
You know?
Full circle that thing.
Yeah. So
you know what? At this case, I don't even care if it's like on a WWE show. Like, it would be awesome if he jumped the red carpet in like 10 years from now and just like blew past security at the Oscars. Well, not let's be honest. John Cena is not going to the Oscars. Okay, let's just get that.
No, he could present. He presented 2 years ago, or not this year, the year before.
I think he could present.
He did. He went on stage naked, and everyone.
Oh, was that
right?
He did the naked thing.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah,
I used that picture and put one of our graphics up.
Yes, you did. That was one of the best things you've ever done. It's one of the best things you've ever done.
What I thought he should have done at the Oscars is like he should have went on stage naked, but like with a mask on. He's like, you know, I'm just trying to be safe.
That would have been fun. That would have been fun. So, all right.
Maybe the New Day needs to link up with Cena. They could start like a little group.
Well,
of just bums that I don't like anymore.
Yeah. So Kimmy, you like Dan. You said that you were on the New Day side when the New Day did what they did. Are you on John Cena's side?
I don't know. I loved the heel turn. It was so shocking. I think that's what people have been complaining about for Mania for years, right? Oh, it's so predictable. Oh, we know everything that's going to happen. I know, wasn't it one of you? I think it was somebody that had predicted. Yeah, it was you that predicted Cena turning heel. But who else said that? Like, what, 2% of people who have podcasts and, like, report on wrestling, like, oh my God, Cena's turning heel. So from that aspect, amazing. Perfect. You know, you have Cody, this mega baby face, and then Cena, the mega heel. Like, oh my God, yes. However, his little dysfunctional toxic relationship, I was dying laughing. I thought it was so funny. I thought he was right. But I don't know. I don't know how he's going to continue this. Like, when he
goes out, bares his soul, and you laugh at him.
I don't know where he goes from this after he wins the title, though. I don't know how he comes back to be a babyface.
I don't think he wins the title until he becomes a babyface again. And in all honesty,
no!
I don't think he wins the babyface, or I don't think he wins the title until his last match and retires as champion.
All right.
Because if there's 2 people you give that honor to, one would be The Undertaker, the other would be John Cena. At one point, you could have argued Hulk Hogan in that mix. I don't think we're arguing that anymore. You know, I think
that went away. That went away a while ago. Yeah. Well, I mean, So, because I think that's where the question goes, right? And you know, the toxic relationship thing and the way that he leaned into that, and he basically, all those people that bought those shirts that helped John Cena make more money. By the way, John Cena makes more money when you buy those shirts. He turned that into shitting on those people that bought those shirts that gave John Cena more money. And I thought that was a thing of genius. Like Kimmy and Dan, and I want Lawrence's opinion after. Yeah. I think John Cena spoke truth in that promo on Monday. He was not lying. He did. Yes, everybody expected him to go out there and be that happy-go-lucky John Cena and get treated like crap and booed and people telling him to shut the F up and you suck and all this stuff. And we expected it to do it with a smile on his face. And every time he tried to do something new, we would like him for a few weeks. And then it was back to the old, and him leaning into that was so right. And it was just a thing of beauty. But the question is, I guess the twofold question. So, Dan, you just answered it. You said you don't think he's going to win at WrestleMania, but you do think he will win, but as a babyface. Lawrence, where are you at? Do you think John Cena beats Cody at WrestleMania for the 17th title? Or do you think it's something more what Dan might be thinking?
I like Dan's idea, but I think he's going to win and continue. I think they have a plan for him to continue as a heel throughout. Like, he also, like, during his promo this month, like this past week, didn't explain. Like, he explained why he turned heel, but not why he aligned himself with The Rock.
Well, and I was going to say that. I was going to say he didn't mention The Rock at all. He barely mentioned Cody. Really, that was really just his address to the fans on Monday. That was, hey, this is between you and me. We'll get to the other stuff, but right now this is between you and me.
He didn't break up with me because we weren't ever going out.
Well.
Oh, damn.
But continue on.
We weren't ever going out.
Pluggo.
Yeah, bum. Cena sucks, and I say it proudly.
If I'm booking it, Cody beats Cena at Mania. Punk ends up beating Cody sometime in the next couple months, and then Punk drops the belt to Cena for the last match.
Wouldn't that be something?
Yeah.
Some full circle shit where Punk's like, I got a job to this guy that I bitched about for 20 years for just taking spots away from people.
Yeah.
That's long-term storytelling.
No, I know. That would be something.
I know. Dustin asked in the chat, do we see any more Rock involvement with this? There's 4 more weeks of TV until WrestleMania. Lawrence, you think we see The Rock before WrestleMania one more time, or do you think we maybe don't see him until we would think he inevitably shows up in the match between Cena and Cody?
I mean, honestly, isn't he shooting something right now?
I was going to say, he's not going to be in Europe at least. Yeah. So it wouldn't be until they come back, which I think it's only 1 week of television.
Yeah, I think he either does that or just shows up at Mania. I don't know if they're going to add some stipulation to their match with Cody, but like there's definitely going to be, like, that ref is not going to make it out conscious the entire time. Like, somebody's going to interfere. The Rock's going to interfere.
Yeah.
Like at some point during that match.
How are we all feeling about the road to WrestleMania is overseas in Europe for 3 weeks, and it kind of threw SmackDown off for me because they're not on Netflix in the States. But that 3 p.m. Raw, we liking that?
Excellent.
Yes,
love it.
Do more of it. The European crowd is hotter than a U.S. crowd.
Yeah, it brings a lot of energy to what had been like a down period because it's like the midpoint before the month before WrestleMania.
I just didn't like the poor SmackDown because everything is spoiled by the time I get to the TV at 8 o'clock, and then like
don't go on Twitter, Pluggo.
I kind of
I was going to say, you got to get that VPN and just say you're from Canada.
I kind of have to go on social media, Kimmy. I run successful social media pages.
That's true.
I know, but what you could do is you can mute all of those accounts that talk about SmackDown. You could do that.
Yeah. I'm
trying to help you.
I watched TNA Sacrifice on Friday instead of SmackDown.
But also, like, you guys are just getting a taste of what everyone overseas gets.
Right, yeah, right.
Or they get spoiled, or they have to wake up at like 2 a.m. to watch Raw.
I know. I go to NordVPN.
Like, everyone there has to deal with the time change all the time and get spoiled. So, like,
let me have my moment, okay?
Yeah. Exactly.
I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it. I
love the 3 o'clock start though.
I will not be super excited this Monday because Little League we have a practice Monday at 5:30. But like this past Monday, like even Mrs. Pluggo was like, if you want to, I'll go pick the boys up from school if you want to go home and just cover some Raw. And I'm like, yeah.
Hell yeah.
So it's nice to have it done by 5:30.
Yeah. So I don't know. I thought that whole sequence was just perfect. And I thought, the people of Belgium, that is the last time they're ever going to see John Cena, ever.
Yeah.
And they were.
I could argue that they've never seen him.
Well, okay.
You know what? That's true.
Think about
I was
that.
so happy when he said that joke is trash. That joke is trash.
You watch your mouth, Lawrence. I'm always Team Lawrence. That joke is the best.
Listen.
I turn 39 next month, and I still crack up every time somebody says I can't see me.
I'm glad he rereferenced it.
39.
I know I'm old as shit.
Well, I turned 40 a month after that, so fuck you. But anyway,
40.
Yeah, man.
Oh, imagine being older than 23.
That's why I don't know if you heard, Dan, while your internet was acting up. Kimmy does not remember the AOL discs that they used to send you in the mail.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah,
she's only 23. She's young. She's a youngin.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I remember we used to get like stacks of those.
Yes.
Like, every week sent to the house.
Wait, you were born after 9/11?
I was a month old when 9/11 happened.
Wow.
That's insane. That's
crazy.
I bet you don't even remember it.
Yeah.
I don't.
The one thing we're all supposed to do. You failed, Kimmy.
Yeah. Never forget.
My 1 month old checkup was that day. I was at the doctor.
You were at the doctor that morning? They kept your appointment?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
They did. I had a broken collarbone. They had to keep
fucking well. The world was under attack. Here's about your collarbone. Jesus. What the hell,
God.
Kimmy? People died that day. Anyway.
No shit.
Wait a minute. Selfish.
Wait, let's worry about
we will
my
always
collarbone.
remember the days 9/11, 2011. Kimmy broke her collarbone.
Oh, I broke my collarbone.
I will put it in my calendar now as a day. Kimmy broke her collarbone.
Never forget Kimmy's.
Y'all remember when President Bush went out there and threw out the first pitch in honor of Kimmy's broken collarbone at Yankee Stadium?
What a moment! The World Series.
I'm out.
It's unbelievable.
I broke my collarbone when I was born. Okay.
First of all,
so I was in
first of all,
for 6
I don't know how you know babies. I don't know if you know how babies work. You didn't break shit because babies can't do shit.
Well, no, this is what happened.
That was just broke. It just was broke.
No, there's a story. Can I get to the damn story? Oh my God. Okay. So my mom's water broke exactly at midnight. I was 2 weeks early. I was born on my parents' wedding anniversary. They were not happy that my mom's water broke at midnight on August 15th. They were quite
your dad was pissed.
Yeah, my mom was more pissed than my dad, but you know what? Oh well. So I was coming. Oh boy, I love the world. Then halfway through, I said, psych, I don't want to be in the world right now. So I fell asleep. The problem was I was too far out for them to push me. I was basically stuck, So they had to pull me out, and I turned in my sleep, and that's how I broke my collarbone.
What a story. Riveting. I can't wait for the documentary that they come out with.
Yeah.
9/11.
Kimmy's broken collarbone is a conspiracy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. They're gonna call it 9/11 Part 2. Kimmy's collarbone. It's gonna be riveting, and you know, it is what it is. All
Thank you for caring so much about my broken bone.
I mean, you're all right now. You're all right now.
I don't know. Dan being guest of the year sounded much better as this show goes on.
Unbelievable. Did you like stub a toe in any national tragedies, Dan, or something like that we can talk about?
I mean, I broke my collarbone jumping a dirt mound when I was 15, but it wasn't on any kind of important day.
It wasn't on like, you know.
It sounds like a real troubling
whatever
time.
Yeah.
I mean, wow. You know what? I actually, I performed on September 11th this past year at like some kind of barn, and the person on before me played God bless the USA.
Oh no! Oh, that's a mistake.
So I mean, nothing physically bad happened to me, but like you can't follow that. Like you can't follow a bunch of good old country folk, standing like people were waving their arm around like they were at like church. Like
you're like, who's ready to laugh?
Yeah,
like,
all right, let's talk about.
You guys want to talk about Batman and the Macho Man Randy Savage, and everyone's like, no.
They're like, no, we want to talk about America.
Yeah.
Anyway, Ophelia stole my joke, but Drew said, "Is there a museum with a broken collarbone?" And I of the X-ray in the Louvre. That's what I was gonna say. They got the X-ray in the Louvre. Oh man!
At least I always make your life interesting, JPJ. I'm never boring.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. It's never a dull day.
I hate to interrupt here, guys. I gotta really actually take off. I appreciate the invite, but you guys have a good show. Congratulations.
Thanks for hopping in. We appreciate you, my friend.
See you guys.
Talk to you soon, brother. All right.
Now JPJ made me like out to be an asshole.
No, that's what? Stop it. That was
Kimmy acts like she's never.
We all know that you are. Yes, we all know.
I've technically never been on the show before. I'm not Kimmy.
Then who are you?
That's fair. All right.
What's your name?
What?
Not.
That's on your birth certificate.
Oh, what? Yeah. What? What are we talking about? What is going on right now?
Trying to figure out who this imposter is.
Anyway, can we talk about?
No. Yes. Can we talk about my fake TikTok?
No.
Okay, never mind.
Exactly.
We're not going to talk about the things.
Can we talk about this? No, we can't. We're not. No, we can't.
It's so bad. They're stealing pictures of my friends, my family.
Just block them. Block and report.
You know that's JPJ, right? JPJ.
Block and report.
JPJ.
Did you block and report it when it was DMing you?
Yes, I told you about this.
I know.
It got very weird. It got very weird because all of a sudden, I'm getting like likes by Kimmy's it's her name, and not her because she's not Kimmy, but it was our pal Kimmy's name.
I don't even get fake DMs from fake Kimmy, let alone real Kimmy.
Then. So I'm not getting DMs at first, right? There's just a lot of my videos that are months old, and I don't have a ton of those on TikTok. I'm not like really avid on there. They were getting likes by Kimmy, and I'm like, what is she just like kind of just going through shit and liking? And then I started getting comments, and it was like, so handsome.
I mean, hey, wrong.
Factually correct. However, factually correct. But with that being said, I was like, I don't think that's Kimmy anymore. Or I was like, is she being funny? I'm like, is she fucking with me? Is she being like, what's going on? And Drew is right. And in that moment, I was like, this is fake Kimmy. This is fake Kimmy. Not Kimmy. Fake Kimmy. Different Kimmy.
There's multiple different.
There are multiple versions of Kimmy. This is fake Kimmy.
We gotta make this make sense. Austin Shepard of the Kicking Out.
Yo, hell yeah!
We're taking that title from you in a couple weeks.
We are very soon. We also have the sport entertainment guy in the building. Welcome in. Yes. So then it happens again on like 3 or 4 of my videos. So cool was another one. So handsome. So cool. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I messaged Kimmy and I'm like, I think you got hacked there, pal. And she's like, I did. And I'm like, you did? And she's like, yes. I'm like, okay. I'm like, because you've been telling me how cute I've been for a week now. And I'm like, and I don't think that's you.
You know, I woke up to those texts from you. I was like, what is happening?
Maybe it was Kimmy. I don't know.
Maybe I don't know.
It definitely was not me. No.
Are you saying Kimmy? Are you saying JPJ is not handsome?
You don't have to.
I think he's
I'm just saying, I think it is a vendor that is doing this. I think it is a wrestling vendor that is doing this.
Oh, we're accusing people right now on this show.
I'm not saying who I think it is. I'm just saying.
Lawrence, are we allowed to make accusations on this program?
Yeah. What's the legal restraint?
Wait, no, Lawrence just said the name.
Are we?
Surprise! It was me all along, Kimmy. JPJ, you're so handsome.
You're so cool.
I wouldn't.
It was sitting there the whole time.
I would not care. I would not
I'm the
care
real
normally.
Kimmy.
But when you were taking when you were taking pictures of all my social media and you were stealing them of my personal friends that have nothing to do with this business, of my family, that's when I have a problem, because that's stalkerish. That's
it's just weird.
disrespect. That's just weird behavior. So that's my problem.
Yeah.
Get a life. Can you imagine being like a mid-30-year-old, and making a fake account for a 23-year-old woman?
Well, you said you think you know who it is. You think you know who it is.
I do think I know who it is.
Yeah.
Again,
well, so you can tell me off the air.
I will tell you off the air.
That's slanderous. Will that sink our ship?
What?
Are we the Titanic?
Checking with our legal team if we're allowed to.
My thing is, there's weirdos everywhere, and they come out of the woodworks more often than ever. That is a weird thing. So the best thing to do is what we did. We report, we block, and we let that weirdo be a weirdo.
I thought we listened and we did not judge.
No, not stuff like that. That's a different
thing. We listen and we don't.
We listen and we don't judge.
I'm just trying to stay up to date on all the lingo.
What?
Yeah, I don't know it all.
So, JPJ, what did you actually want to talk about? You wanted to actually talk about something that seemed really important.
I want to talk about Mercedes.
And then you start talking. You start talking about something else, Kimmy.
Oh my God, can we?
Yes.
Can we talk about this?
I wanted to talk.
Can we talk about the Fightful report?
I thought both matches fucking ruled. Both women's matches ruled last night on Dynamite. I thought the main event was also excellent. But Mercedes and Billy, let me tell you. And I know Athena's coming. We've known that for a while. Mercedes leaned into it later on Dynamite last night after saying whoever trained her had no fucking idea what they were doing. You know, that is obviously right at Athena. It's coming, and it's going to be magical. But I was hoping, since we saw Billy, I was like, I really want to see Mercedes and Billy on the way to Mercedes and Athena. And we got it, and they gave them time last night, and that match was fucking great. Great.
I think it was Billy's best match in AEW.
No question.
Like, combined with Ring of Honor and AEW, I think it was her best match. I think it was one of Mercedes' best TV matches.
Mm-hmm.
This is the future. Like, there's going to be a point in like a year or two down the line where like they run this match back, and it's going to be better than this first match. If you saw Sean's report today, apparently the thing for Dynasty is going to be Athena. And
I'm surprised
Mercedes.
they're not holding that off till All In.
So am I, but I don't know the reason for that. But it is going to be a freaking amazing match. They've never wrestled one-on-one, which is astonishing.
They did a triple threat, right?
They did triple threat. They've teamed together, but they've never gone one-on-one. And you guys thought that Athena in Japan showed out. Wait till she steps in there with Mercedes. She's really going to show out. It's going to be, I would argue that Athena Mercedes will be the match of the year. Women's match of the year, Dynasty.
Oh, women's match. Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be really, really good. And I agree with you. I think Billy started, what is she, 19?
20.
Something like that? 20? Ridiculous. She is going to be a future multi-time women's champion for that company for a decade. She's automatic. Like, she looks the part. She belongs. And I just thought they did a great job in showcasing her in that match too. She beat the shit out of Mercedes in that match, like a lot. A lot.
Somebody on Twitter pointed out that Billy Stark's entire moveset is either I die or you die.
Yes.
There's no in between.
Yes. She rules. She's been on. Look, we talk about B2B 200. She was one of our first real early on.
Yeah.
Yes, we had her on here before she was obviously a name in the independent scene, but like we had her on here. She spent a whole hour or whole episode with us, I think. She rules. She rules, man. And I was so happy. I knew what I was going to get from Mercedes. You all know I'm a big Mercedes guy. But like, holy moly, what a match that was. What a match that was. And then I thought the main event was also very, very good between Statlander and Megan Bayne. Toni Storm on commentary was fucking incredible.
Toni Storm needs a raise.
Like, the way that she had Taz and Tony Schiavone, they couldn't even do their jobs. Because she was all the dirty sexual innuendos, all the things she was saying, they were laughing. They literally couldn't commentate because she was just being so outrageous. And it was hilarious and it was wonderful. And then she gets in the ring. So Megan Bayne beats Statlander. Great match. That was a meaty.
Megan Bayne needs to win at Dynasty.
She does. 100%. She should beat Toni Storm.
She won't, though. I
don't think they will do it. But if
she should,
I fully agree with you. I fully agree that if they've done a great job They've done a great job of making her matter immediately upon her arrival. You have a chance to literally make her a star right away. Have her beat Toni Storm. She doesn't have to go on a long reign after, but she should win.
But then you're hot potatoing the title.
But is it a hot potato if it's one time? Toni just won it for the third time. Like, she doesn't need to hold it for a long time.
Yeah, but she just won it.
So okay, but here's the thing.
Megan's not gonna have a long reign either.
You could do that. We got hot potato sometime. We can't all have Roman Reigns. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying she doesn't listen. This is her first go at the AEW Women's Championship. She doesn't have to win it the first time.
But I say all the title reigns right now in AEW have been pretty long, except for like Kenny's because he just won it, but that was a long one ahead of that. Kesha had it for a while. Mox has had it forever.
Yeah,
but let Megan keep it for a while. I think she's fantastic.
Yeah, I don't know.
Who's gonna beat her?
Yeah,
who's gonna beat Toni?
No, who's gonna beat Megan? She's been positioned so well.
Well, there's a dentist pal who hasn't been on TV.
Is she coming back ever?
Yeah, we got to see her before we start talking about that.
I'd like to see her back, but it sounds
I'd like to see her back too.
Yeah.
I think she's busy. She's good.
Doing some things.
Yeah, I bet. She's in some movies. She's doing some entertaining things, popping in things like that, all stuff like that, which is fine.
Yeah,
but,
she was in Cobra Kai. She was in Queen of the Ring for 0.2 seconds. Her name was in the credits, so you can't take it away from her, right?
Yeah. And Drew is saying that Megan has been the best booked women's challenger post pay-per-view in the company's history. Amazed at how quickly she dominated the division and is a legit badass. She is. And I think you could even cement that further if you have her beat Toni Storm at Dynasty.
No, I think it's too quick. I think, like, especially with Toni, you need like a longer story for her to lose, or it's like,
because you have to remember, right? No, Drew, go ahead. Or actually, Kimmy, you could go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying that I'm good. I completely agree with you. Like, it's the same thing. I feel with like Kenny Omega's match. I think he's winning that. And like they're setting up him and Okada.
Oh yeah, and they're gonna. I mentioned it a little bit earlier, but like they're gonna merge those titles, right?
They do that. They do this thing in AEW where they get a shiny new toy, as the internet tells them, and then they book them really well, get them into a title match too quick, and then they always lose that first time. Change the narrative.
Yeah,
but the problem is
if Megan loses to Toni, there's gonna have to be some shenanigans if you want to keep her strong. But why just keep her strong and have her win one? Why not?
But the problem is also you have that shiny new toy and then they disappear from TV.
Right. But I'm saying don't do that. Have her win. Keep her on my TV screen.
But then where's Toni gonna go from here?
Toni Storm is bulletproof.
Yeah, she can do whatever she wants. She's Toni Storm.
Bulletproof. She can challenge Mercedes at All In.
Could.
If you're doing Athena at Dynasty. I'm just saying good.
To me, it feels
you gotta live a little. You gotta come outside.
And the way that I look at it is Toni Storm has already been a 3-time AEW Women's Champion. She's still under the age of, is it 4? Was it this is the 4th one? 4-time AEW Women's Champion. She is not going to get hurt at all if she loses to Megan Bayne. At all. She's still going to be massive. She's still going to be arguably the best women's wrestler on the planet. That's not going to change. And her character, she doesn't need the belt like all the time. Like she can, I just look at it and I say, hey, you've done a really good job with Megan Bayne, putting her in this role. And I just feel like you have a chance to solidify a brand new, fresh talent that everybody is interested in as someone that you need to, like, this is a person for the division. And I think it means a lot more if she wins that belt than if she is another one of the line of people, guy or girl, that we bring in. They look awesome. They get built up to a championship feud, and then they lose, and then they're never, ever at that level again because they either disappear from TV or they do, you know.
That all said, she's Toni Storm's probably winning.
100%.
But we're just trying to have some discussion.
And I agree. I am just saying, like, logistically speaking here,
Just
there's a lot of people Tony hasn't worked, right? That you could do for All In.
Who?
Her and Chris.
Okay.
But Chris keeps taking L's to everybody else.
Yeah, she doesn't win any more matches either anymore.
Her and Willow.
Okay.
Her and Sheeta. Her and there's all
Where's Sheeta?
Her and Jamie Hayter.
But Sheeta hasn't been on TV in months.
So we got time. All in July.
Look at all I'm saying. And Pal Austin saying that Tony may be the best entertainer in the game right now. She is in the short list. That promo that she cut in the ring was incredible. Was absolutely incredible to Megan Bain. And she just says things in a way that only she is allowed to say them because she just says it in a way where nobody else can do what she does. I've always heard the bigger they are, the harder they come. That's what she said. That was the first line she said to.
Good things come in small packages too.
And then she, I'm going to rip your tits. All the things that she says is just. It's wonderful.
That's just inappropriate. This is a family show.
I'm just quoting. I am quoting Tony Storm.
Yeah.
I am quoting Tony Storm. I have it. I have the whole thing in my notes. I'm just not looking at them currently. But Kimmy, I did hear you earlier say, "I'm surprised you take notes." Do I not look like a goddamn professional to you?
I mean, you just don't pass me as the guy that takes notes. I never take notes.
Yeah, but you're retired. I mean, yeah.
Like when Kimmy did do media, Kimmy never took notes.
That's fair. I take notes of the shows just so I have if there's a quote and a promo I want to make sure I remember if I go to sleep and forget it. You know what I mean? Because I'm old.
Oh, I just rely on other people. Maybe that's my problem.
Fair.
What do you
I shouldn't rely on others.
Lawrence, what do you do? What are your tricks?
When I'm doing interviews, I have notes just because I would lose my train of thought at certain points, but generally, I when I'm doing the brunch gimmick, I keep it off the dome.
Yeah,
Lawrence is a vibe guy.
Yeah.
I'm a
the
vibe.
Wyatt Six Twitter tweeted.
Did they?
Yes, they did.
They're still a thing, huh?
Yeah, are we coming back? Are they coming back? Are they going to do stuff with Alexa?
In time, you shall see, you shall behold, stand in awe. We see you. Remember who you are. Remember what you know.
We see you.
Who do you see?
John Cenas. Anyway, so
sorry, I got really excited.
This is what Tony said. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
She goes. First of all, she goes, God, you are one big bitch, which was funny. So she said that. And then she said, she says that and she goes, the bigger they are, the harder they come. So it's time for us to get tantric. And she goes, I see you keep looking at my title, but you don't have much to say. So might I say, we have a date at Dynasty. I'll make your thighs shake, your body quake, and I'll be leaving, and she holds up the title, with this strap on, she said. Because I'm Tony Storm, and I'm going to rip your tits off. Tremendous.
That's just not nice.
Tremendous.
Tremendous. That sounds painful.
But it's tremendous. It's just, she does it. Only she can say stuff. Only she can do that. It's just remarkable. She's so good. She's so good.
Because she's timeless.
She is timeless. That is a thing she is. She is timeless. What else we got going on in AEW?
That's it. Speedball. So, Dustin,
we have to talk about Speedball.
Well, real quick, I think it was Dustin or Eric or somebody asked, how do we feel about Speedball's first couple of weeks? And I'd like to go on the record of saying that I think it's really funny, that especially on my Facebook page, that you post about Speedball, and all of a sudden everybody thinks he's a terrible wrestler because he signed with AEW.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You should go to my Facebook, go to the Speedball debuts, and everybody's like, what is this guy? What a joke. What a clown. And it's like, he's one of the best wrestlers on the planet. And I'm not just saying that because I'm saying that. Everyone says that. Like, he can't wrestle. And it's like, it's because he signed with a company that you didn't want him to sign with. Now all of a sudden he's bad at wrestling. Shut up. You guys are bums. He's fantastic. I'm excited for this triple threat match with him Ricochet and Omega. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
I think it protects Speedball from getting the pin because you can
Yeah.
just pin Ricochet.
Yeah.
And, you can run down Kenny and Speedball down the line.
Well, to be fair, though, Ricochet's got scissors on him. He might stab a motherfucker.
He
just stabs Kenny Omega and wins the title.
Listen, I think it's very poetic that Mr. Eagles fan Ricochet is challenging for this title in Philadelphia. Can you imagine? We talk about hot potatoing titles. Can you imagine if Ricochet wins in Philly? And then he goes on this whole thing of like, great champions are crowned in Philadelphia. First the Eagles, then it was me.
Oh, that would be JPJ's worst nightmare.
Isn't he from Kentucky?
Yeah.
But Paducah, Kentucky.
So he doesn't root for the teams where he's from, so he's a loser.
There's not an NFL team in Kentucky.
I don't care. Root for the college team. It's very easy to pick front runners.
Sean's a Bengals fan, and he's from Kentucky. So
yeah, but that's like on the bowl. Yeah, so why doesn't? Because that's like Sean's an hour away from, not even. That's why he rooted for the Bengals, because it was like a border. It was right there. I don't know where Paducah, Kentucky is, but why doesn't Ricochet root for the Bengals? Probably because they don't.
I don't know. You should ask him.
You're allowed to root for whoever you want.
According not to JBJ.
You're telling me I have to be a Colts fan because I'm from Indiana?
No, but I feel like you and maybe it's just where I'm from. But if you grow up in Boston and you end up if you're a sports fan, there's plenty of non-sports fans, and you don't like the teams from Boston, you're weird. Something went wrong somewhere, and you're raising. That's how I would view that. That's how I would view that.
Lawrence is from Montreal.
But that's different because Lawrence doesn't have a team.
Neither does Ricochet.
Neither does Ricochet.
Yeah, I know. Ricochet should know better. Ricochet should know better. So it is what it is. But I get it. The reason why he's wearing that hat is to get heat because nobody likes the Eagles besides Eagles fans. I'm not getting into it. We've talked about them enough. But I love
world champion Philadelphia Eagles, by the way.
Good. Yeah, fine. That's cool. Tell me when you get to 6. So anyway, it is what it is. It is what it is. But like, that's why he's wearing the hats, because he knows people will boo. Because A, people hate winners, and right now they were the winners, so people hate winners. And B, nobody likes Philly besides people from Philly.
I mean,
Boston anger. Here we go.
You've got people in Kentucky. You had that dude in the front row in Belgium. I mean, Eagles fans are everywhere.
That doesn't.
And
they just won.
We had an Eagles
fan on Twitter.
Why do you think the Cowboys have always been called the America's team, even though they haven't won in 30 years? Because in the 90s, they won all the time, and everybody loved them because they won all the time.
See how angry he's getting, guys?
It's very easy to like people who win because they win. Anyway.
Boston anger with JPJ.
We might have a drunk person on.
Oh wait, is he at a game right now?
Yeah.
Shoot!
Is he at a hockey game?
Are we in trouble?
Finally, some Canadian content.
I can't hear anything you're saying. Can't hear one word. But happy 200th episode. Love you guys.
Happy birthday! Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Yo,
Happy birthday! We love you.
Anyways, I'm gonna get back to drinking.
Okay. All right. Well, that was the boss.
All right, we didn't get fired, so that's good.
No, that was the boss.
Good job, guys.
It looked like he was at the Edmonton Oilers game. You know why he was at the Edmonton Oilers game? Because he's from Edmonton, and that's who he roots for.
Hey, Dustin, can you make a gimmick where JPJ turns beet red and flames are kind of, it says Boston anger.
You have to make it a t-shirt.
And then we just play that every time he gets angry. Dustin can do good things.
Listen. I don't have children, okay? But if I had children and they were raised to be sports fans, and for some reason, because when you're a kid, for the most part, when you're a kid, like you see the thing your parents do or your brothers or sisters do, and you want to do the same thing. It's like, oh shit, I want to be, So if I was a parent and my kids grew up sports fans and they didn't root for the teams that I root for, that would be a failure for me. There are much worse failures. Don't get me wrong. There are much worse failures. But for me, I would take that like, wow, I failed as a father. They should like the teams that I root for. and the fact that they don't tells me that they don't appreciate me.
That's insane.
It's not.
Yeah,
It's
it
not
definitely
insane.
is.
No, it's
That
not.
is
I
insane.
literally just had this conversation with my boss who
It's
just
not
had a daughter, and he's like, yeah, he's an Atlanta Falcons fan. He's like, yeah, I immediately got her an Atlanta Falcons jersey. She's not allowed to cheer for anyone else.
I wouldn't be that far. I'm not going to dictate what my kids do. I just think naturally your kids should gravitate to the shit you do.
Yeah.
Naturally. So if they don't, there's something wrong. There's something wrong there. And that's just like when that's just, and again, I'm in an area, and I grew up in an area where if you're from Boston, you fucking love Boston and you support Boston. We're all in it together, sports, whatever. Like if you're talking bad about Boston, we're all going to get you. Like, that's just who we are as people. And it's just, I don't think I would buy my kids. I don't even buy, like, you see I don't really buy merch of like the teams I support. I don't know why. It's just not something I do. Like, I don't. Oh yeah, you just have a hat for every other team.
Yeah,
in existence. But like, I don't have many Red Sox. Like, I don't have a Red Sox jersey or a Patriots jersey.
What if your kid was a Yankees fan?
How would that
He
go?
would be at the adoption center.
What if it was a girl? Why are you assuming it's a boy?
They would be at the adoption center.
That's wild.
They would be at the adoption center.
That is. What if they had a really good reason?
There is no
There goes no independent thinking for those kids. Jesus.
Yep. There is no good. There is never a good reason why anybody would be a Yankee fan. Never. How's your season going to go this year? Anyway.
I know what you're asking me.
No.
I don't follow baseball.
Yeah, well, that's fine. That's fine. Look at all I'm saying is that if I had kids who grew up in Boston, and they all of a sudden were a Yankee fan, and it wasn't like I'm just doing this to go against my dad, like in that phase, I wouldn't talk to my kid.
What if what if they were huge Paul O'Neill fans?
Well, then that would be out of spite. Because if I had a kid tomorrow, I don't see a way that I would ever even talk about Paul O'Neill ever.
Oh, Uncle Pluggo is going to feed him Paul O'Neill highlights.
Yeah.
I'm flying out to Boston, like, hey, check this out.
There are just certain things, and they're mostly old. I don't consider myself an old fashioned type of guy. But like when it comes to sports, mainly, like I believe I was playing MLB The Show the other day on my channel, or I was watching a streamer, and somebody in the comments went, "Hey, what kind of glove should I'm going to opening day," and everyone was like, "Oh, that's cool." And he was like, "What kind of glove should I bring?" And I said, "How old are you?" And he said, 26. And I go, "You shouldn't bring a glove. You're a grown up." I go, "Are you going with your kid?" And he said, "No." I go, "Then your ass catches it with your bare hands. You're a grown-ass man. If you're over the age of 13, no, that's a lie. If you're over the age of 16, and that's much. If you're over the age of 16 and you're bringing a glove to a baseball game, figure it out. You're a grown-up."
Just for that, I'm bringing 2 gloves.
There you go.
Double gloving it.
There you go. That's another one.
Going to a Jays game. I'm flying to Toronto. Going to a Jays game.
Yeah. Listen, it is what it is. All right. You got a kid with you. Bring a glove. Let the kid protect the kid. Let the kid bring a glove so he can protect himself. If you're like a 30-year-old dude and you're going to the game with your buddies and you bring a glove, I'm not sitting with you.
I remember one time at a
I'm not
Montreal
sitting
game.
with you. That's disgusting. I'm not sitting with you.
I came this
You
close
and
to catching a
Shepard.
foul ball. The dude
You
in front of me
and
just knocked it out of my, like, it was coming to my way, and the dude in front of me just knocked it out. He didn't fucking catch it. He knocked it in the row in front of him.
That's one thing. That's one thing I don't.
All right. If you catch the foul ball,
You give it to a kid. Yeah.
Yeah, you give it to a kid.
1,000 times out of 1,000. Do the thing. Hold it up. Hey, everybody, look at me. I caught it. I'm the best. Give it to a kid.
I'm the best.
I literally did that when I was at a football game. They hand out like plush footballs, and I gave like one to a kid.
I feel the same way about adults bringing gloves to baseball games that I feel the same way about adults bringing championships to wrestling shows. What are you doing? What are you doing?
My theory that's been proven right is everyone that brings the title to a show, I can legitimately beat up.
Yeah.
Like there hasn't been a dude where I'm like, I could legitimately beat you up for that time. I could rob you. I could rob every single one.
Yeah,
like hasn't been one where I'm like, he can beat me.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel when I see grown ass people carrying a WWE title over their shoulder at a Raw, and I'm like, you're again. We're all wrestling fans. I appreciate it. I look at them and I go, what a loser. What a loser.
That's your limit?
Oh, I can't stand it. I can't stand
crazy.
it. I feel our pal Ophelia in the chat. She has a rule that if you bring a championship to the wrestling show, your ass better be ready to defend it.
Yeah.
Your ass better be ready to defend it. So if I come at you in the stands, you brought the championship, big guy.
I'm cashing this in, baby.
Yeah, it's my championship, big guy. You better be ready to defend it. Why the hell are you bringing that? Now it's $600. Put it in a plaque in your fucking garage. What's wrong with you? Grown ass man bringing a glove to a baseball game. You break your hand like everyone else, and you go to the fucking hospital. Jesus Christ!
What if they don't have medical insurance?
Yeah, but in America,
well,
it's not here, like here. I can just go for free.
Yeah, no, we're not in Canada where that
and get cheap drugs.
That shit's just regular. You got to spend thousands of dollars. Listen, look, it's an old school thing. See, there you go. Ophelia said that she challenged someone with the title at a SmackDown, and he declined. So that guy's not a fucking champion. That guy's not. Why are you carrying that belt? You're not a champion. You're a bum.
It would have been hilarious if the guy that she challenged would have been like, "Yeah, I'll fight you for the title, but not tonight."
Ophelia would have done it. Ophelia would have done it. She would have went right. She would have scrapped. She would have scrapped. You know, that's just where I'm at. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if you were at a baseball game with a young child, your kid, Pluggo? You got young children. If you brought Owen to a Cubs game,
sure.
What's he? 6, 5, 6,
6,
yeah. And you didn't bring a glove, and you were trying to catch a foul ball to give it to your kid, and some fucking 44-year-old with a fucking Rawlings mitt snagged that shit right from you, I would uppercut that guy onto the field.
I would push him.
I would be like, you're a loser. You're a loser, buddy. Now you give the ball to my kid or I'm literally going to knock you unconscious.
Oh, my God.
That's what I would say.
Why is it always violence with you?
Because I'm from Boston.
Oh.
Boston anger.
No. Listen, there's a difference between being angry and like making the world work the way it should.
I can't tell if you and Shep getting along is a good thing for society.
Well, listen, he appreciates that I have morals. However, he did say that grown men should not wear jerseys. That I disagree. I personally don't wear a lot of jerseys, but I think, but again, you shouldn't. I'm not one. See, this is where it gets weird because I don't own jerseys, so I don't really do anything. But if I were to own a jersey, I would never buy a jersey that wasn't a Boston team. Even if I like other players, I'm going to use another Eagles. I really like Saquon Barkley. He's a great player. He seems like a great guy. I like him. And I'm not, take the Eagles out of it. Let's talk about when he was with the Giants. I'm not ever going to buy a Saquon Barkley Raider Giants jersey. I'm never.
How many super chats would it take?
Never. There are no amounts. I didn't even read the super chat that we got earlier because it said a lie about Boston.
I know, and that's why Spencer really hopped in. He was Sullivan.
Yeah, he was very upset with you.
So like that, like even players that I like there are players. One of my, I'm a big fan of Josh Allen. He's one of my favorite football players in the league. I am never going to own a Buffalo Bills jersey.
You know what I prefer over jerseys? Jersey T-shirts.
That's not bad. I don't mind.
I like
again, I would never own. I would never own.
You have to understand, like I'm a fatty. Some things don't fit right. Jersey sometimes, if they're button the baseball jersey, you got to button. Sometimes it's just you got to right manufacturer. So I know a T-shirt though, good to go. It's got the player's name on the back.
Well, you used to go to a lot of Ophelia. What?
I used to go to a lot of what?
Well, Ophelia just said she was referencing Shep's quote about the jerseys, and she goes, saying someone shouldn't wear a jersey, you might as well say you can't wear wrestling merch or band shirts. And you should wear wrestling merch and band shirts. However, when I was going to back in the day, when I was going to a ton of concerts, I had an unwritten rule in my brain was wait, what happened? What did I miss?
I don't know, but dead.
Something happened.
Hold on. Just I'll do some magic.
So the unwritten rule that I used to have in my head was, yeah, if you're going to a concert, you can wear a band shirt, but you shouldn't be wearing a shirt of the band you're going to see live.
Yeah, that
was the rule that I created in my brain. That was I was like, hey, you're at the concert. Like, everyone knows you like this band. You're at the concert of the band. So wear another band's shirt to the concert.
So, like, I wanted to go see Fall Out Boy last year. I wore my Fall Out Boy shirt because I wanted to fit in. I wanted to feel like I was, like, with...
That's fine.
I'm not saying that's unacceptable?
No. I'm saying in my brain, for me, in your brain. It is. I would not do that. I would have worn, okay, back in the day, Fall Out Boy is pop punk. Okay, I'm going to this show. I'm going to wear a Newfound Glory shirt.
Oh, it's a video.
You know, or something like that. But that's just, that's how that's just how my brain operates.
Oh, I can't play.
What the hell is going on over there?
Yeah, what are you doing?
I can't play it because the song behind it would get us demonetized. But if you want to see this amazing video, I'm going to retweet it on the Beards account right now. It is quite good. Dustin rules.
Let's see.
So at B2Beards, go there right now on Twitter, because if I play it on YouTube, we'll get demonetized. This ain't lawless. This ain't the lawless king that is Twitch, where Boris hangs out on the weekends.
All right, y'all, we got to get out of here. It's that time.
What the hell? I need to know what the volume is behind this. But my poor collarbone, man.
To the arms of an angel.
Is that the song
away.
Don't sing it. If we sing it, we can still get copyrighted.
You gotta sound good.
Ain't
nobody mistaking me for Sarah McLachlan, my guy. Ain't nobody.
Well, I know that, but still, I think we can still.
The only reason that they would demonetize us and copyright is because PLUGGO sucked so bad, we can't have that in the world.
That's hysterical.
So we did. Yeah, it is time, but 200 episodes. This is crazy. We had a great time. I can't believe we've made it here. Shout out to every single person that has ever joined the show, joined the chat, left the super chat, retweeted, supported us in all of our ventures. It's been a wild and crazy ride. We've had the best of times, the worst of times, but we still hit whatever that saying is.
Wait, what was the worst of times?
I don't know. The best of times, the worst of times.
Yeah. I was just gonna say it's been pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, some cliche quotes. I'm super thankful that we've been able to do this for 200 episodes.
I am too. I'm thankful. I mean, the two of you have been regulars, and obviously, you're more than just people that pop on the show. You're friends of ours, and we've had a lot of good friends. A lot of you in the chat as well have been here every week, in and out, for a long time. And at the end of the day, PLUGGO and I love coming on here every Thursday, and we love chatting with each other because we love each other too. But we wouldn't have kept doing this if you guys didn't show up in the chat every week.
I mean, we might have, but it would have just been us yelling.
It would have been boring after a while. So it's one of those things where it's really you guys that are the reason that we are still here for 200. So we appreciate you two on the screen. We appreciate Dan, who popped in earlier. We appreciate everybody that's ever been in our chat. Anybody, Spencer, for giving the trust and the faith in us from day one. Zach, for making our graphics and making us look good week after week. Everyone else here at Love Wrestling that has been welcoming and wanted to jump on the show, do other shows with us. All of our friends from outside the Love Wrestling bubble that have made us feel very welcome in this space. Come on here and chatted with us, had us on their shows, just treat us well, put us over, talk about us well, like all that stuff. That's what's really important. So, and I got, I don't want to get too sentimental, but PLUGGO, I couldn't ask for a better guy to do it with. Your best friend, and we've done some cool shit. And I don't know if
200.
Yeah, I don't know if I would have done 200 if it was anybody else. So,
Well, Drew's in the chat, so we'll just say.
Oh, I love Drew. He knows. Come on, he knows.
Poor Drew.
What the hell? I'm talking about this show for.
No, I know what you're saying. I agree. We wouldn't be here every week if we didn't love each other and want to do this.
You wonder why I have that Boston anger.
We've got to
be nice, and I get treated like shit.
We've got to do some really, really cool stuff because of this show. So we're very lucky and fortunate.
Yes. Not Kimmy. You don't have anything to plug. You don't do shit anymore, right? What do you got to plug?
Can I plug for Kimmy?
Yeah, I guess if that's allowed.
Please plug for me.
I'm gonna plug for you. I'm gonna plug for Kimmy. I'm actually next week, or Kimmy actually next week is starting 5 weeks worth of travel.
Oh wow! In a row.
Well,
it is Mania time. Yeah.
She's actually getting on a plane. She's been deprived of plane traveling for so long. Maybe that's a good thing if you've been following what's happening with planes in 2025.
Mm-hmm.
But we're finally coming back. So next week.
Wait, when was the last time Kimmy was on a plane?
Steel City in December.
Okay, so it's been a few months. That's not that long. Yeah. You made it sound like it was long ago.
Actually, like 3 months ago. Lying. Oh wait, I'm lying. Kimmy had to fly to Florida for the Jericho cruise.
That was like a month ago.
That's a month that Kimmy. That's a month Kimmy spent at home. Anyway, so next week Kimmy will be at Collecticon in Fort Lauderdale with the Blue Power Ranger David Yost.
Hell yeah! Nerd.
Oh my god!
What a nerdy Power Ranger.
She's very excited to meet him. She's never seen Power Rangers, but we're gonna. Yeah, she's never seen Power Rangers. How dare she? I should yell at her.
I mean, you weren't born yet. We established you were not born yet when it was at its height.
Correct. The following week, Kimmy will be at Steel City Comic-Con with Shannon Elizabeth, who is in American Pie.
American Pie!
Which is another movie that Kimmy did not see.
Can you have her say hello to me?
I could see what I could do. But Kimmy
got
yelled at.
They just say hi to this guy.
Kimmy got yelled at by Sean Ross Sapp earlier today for never seeing that movie either. Yike. Then Kimmy the fall by saying Sean. We've been talking about Sean this whole time.
That counts. You've never seen American Pie?
No, she has never seen American Pie. Then Las Vegas for WrestleMania week. She will be at WrestleCon with Mick Foley, Lita, Kevin Nash, Sting, Saraya, and Paul Walter Hauser, who hasn't been announced yet. So I'm sure Kimmy's going to get in trouble for saying that on here.
Breaking news.
We
met Paul Walter Hauser in Indianapolis at the Royal Rumble. He had wrestled on one of the independent shows, and he walked by us, and I had a nice little 45-second to minute quick conversation with him. Seemed like a nice gentleman. He was very much like post wrestle. He was not out of shape. He was sweating and very disheveled, out of breath is what I meant to say.
He's a good dude. Yeah, but I will plug WrestleCon a little bit. I'm sorry, JPJ, about your interrupting your Paul Walter Hauser story, but I will say that WrestleCon actually has over 160 talent for the show. All vendor tables are completely sold out. There's actually a wait list to get into WrestleCon, which is insane.
That's crazy.
Go get your tickets. It is literally right next to WWE World. On Saturday and Sunday, it's from 9 to 1. So you could go to WrestleCon and then go straight to WrestleMania. They have watch parties for WrestleMania if you don't want to go to Allegiant. They have a watch party for SmackDown as well. So there's a bunch of stuff to do. Go to WrestleCon. You are not like Tony Storm, Sting. You get Wolfpack Sting on Saturday.
Really?
You get Wolfpack Sting Saturday.
Can you get him to say hello to me?
You're asking Kimmy a lot.
I love Wolfpack Sting.
When you were young, when you were a child?
I was probably 22 when that happened, probably. But I loved him.
Mike Tyson will also be at WrestleCon. Mike Tyson will be at WrestleCon before he's at WWE World. Just saying, if you want to go meet him earlier, you could go to WrestleCon and meet him before. Then after WrestleCon, I am going to PLUGGO, or Kimmy's going to PLUGGO's neck of the woods for Square Circle Expo. She just booked her flight a couple days ago. She will be there with Orange Cassidy, Swerve Strickland, who may or may not be the AEW World Heavyweight Champion based off what we were saying earlier by the time we get there. Paul Walter Hauser, Michael O'Malley, and Mick Foley. So go head over to Square Circle to get your tickets because it's a lot of cool freaking people heading over there. And then May 4th, Kimmy's being trusted with Sting by herself without her boss to represent Sting at Pandora's Box in Jersey. Tickets will sell out for this. It is one of many Northeast dates. I just got the updated 2025 or never schedule. There's a lot of Northeast dates coming. I know a lot of people actually. It's coming. We're announcing it next week. I promise. And guys, remember, this is the last time you guys can see Sting face paint.
I know, this is the last year, right? Yeah.
Yes, this is the last year. Kimmy worked very hard to get a lot of publicity about this tour.
Yeah. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good run right there. Michael Malley, you said.
Yeah, Michael Malley.
He's a Boston boy. He's a Boston boy.
He's a good dude.
He's
such a good dude.
I don't know if all of us here have seen Heels.
I have not.
Michael Malley plays a very good character on Heels, and he also like executive produced. I think he had a lot to do with the show getting like on air and like made.
Yes.
Yes. He's a good Boston guy. He did that show Guts back in the day. This is before your time, Kimmy.
I got yelled at for not knowing about this.
But you know.
And he did Glee.
He did Glee. He did Guts. He's on that show. I love Michael Malley. He's a good dude. All right, Lawrence,
I was gonna say something nice.
Time.
No, I was just gonna say, thank you guys for letting not Kimmy interrupt. You know, Kimmy had to clear her schedule to be here for 200 episodes. She wanted to celebrate with all of you.
I appreciate that.
Thanks for being my friends.
Yeah.
And Kimmy's friends.
Who would have thought if we never just went to Top Golf? The first Boston or Massachusetts location of Top Golf opened 2.5 months ago, just so we know. So if there's ever a pay-per-view where we are all in the midst, there is a Top Golf now in Boston.
Kimmy and Sean are reuniting at Square Circle Expo, just saying. Don't know what's going to happen. It's the first time in 2025 Kimmy and Sean are going to be in the same place, same time.
There we go. I'm sure it'll be broadcasted for the world to see. Lawrence.
Yes, it will.
Yeah.
Tell us everything, Lawrence.
Yes. Thanks for the kind words, Kimmy. We do appreciate you, even though we rag on you constantly. Let the people know about brunch on Sunday. Let the people know what else you got going on.
Yeah, that's right. Sunday brunch, 1 p.m. on the Love Wrestling YouTube. Also, I'm going to be hanging out with Sting. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. I'm his agent now. That's it. Is Kimmy here to fight me on it? No, she's not.
She's not.
I'm Kimmy now. I'm now good friends with Sting. You can see me at GalaxyCon, also WrestleCon, Fan Expo in Toronto, Montreal Comic Con.
Do they have a Montreal Comic Con?
I'm assuming. Doesn't every big city usually have one at some point?
There is very much a Montreal Comic Con.
Yeah, I would think, right? I know Boston doesn't have like a Comic Con, but they do PAX East.
It's a different company that does the ones in the States. But it's like the same company that does Fan Expo in Toronto.
Oh, gotcha. Oh. Fair enough.
But because they do Fan Expo, and Toronto also has their own Comic Con, which is Fan Expo is the same thing.
Yeah. I love it.
But one Sunday at 1 p.m.
Love it. And that's every Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern, Sunday brunch. Lawrence is there 99% of the time.
Yeah.
And then we got a bunch of our other crew that pop in and out kind of sporadically. But Lawrence is usually the face you see every Sunday. So go pay attention to that. It's a good show. It's a good hour to digest in the afternoon or morning, pending where you are. It's one of the, they call us the flagship show, but Sunday brunch was the first show here on Love Wrestling. It is what it, it's our longest running weekly episodic television show here on Love Wrestling. I used the WWE lingo. You see how I did that there?
Yeah,
I did. I was very confused.
It was pretty good, right? Pluggo, do your damn thing, brother. Let the people know what you got coming up. So I can go.
Let's see what do we got coming up. We are at Between Two Beards. At Between Two Beards on all social medias. You want to know what we got going on? You'll head there now. The bracket pool is underway. I saw somebody's perfect so far throughout. If you win this thing, you get a free shirt and a hat on us. I hope that we win it, so I can save us some money. Nope, because if you end up behind, if we end up winning it, whoever finishes second still gets the prize because we're good people. And then I'm at Pluggo on all social media platforms. You search Pluggo, you'll see my name. All my writings are up right now at lovewrestling.ca. And then Saturday night, 7 p.m. with Big Bad Boris and Grainmaker Pod, we are talking LPW 35 Into the Void.
Hell yeah.
Kimmy 100% froze.
Kimmy is frozen. Gone. See you later.
And gone.
You know where you can find me. You can follow me at JPJ Loves Gaming on all social media platforms and on Twitch. I've been playing my ass off in MLB The Show. It just came out. That's been a fun thing we've been doing. over there. Obviously, Pluggo said where you can see me here every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern time for the flagship show Between Two Beards. Every Tuesday and Thursday morning, 10 a.m. with Drew Nicholas, my pal, doing Firmly Love Wrestling. We talk WWE on Tuesdays, AEW on Thursdays, and Monday nights right after, or Monday afternoons for the next few weeks, but Monday nights right after Monday Night Raw, you can catch me on bodyslam.net doing the Raw Dogs post-show review with Corey and Nick over there. That's always a fun time. So that's where you can find me. I do watch-alongs on my own channel as well for Raw and NXT. I'm usually joined by a multitude of friends. Ophelia, Pluggo, you've been on one before. Josh Robinson joins us on Mondays. It's always a fun time, just kind of hanging out, shooting the shit, and watching some Raw and NXT. So that's everything that I got going on. Again, I know we've said it a few times, but thank you all so much for all the support tonight and every night since we started this thing. It means a lot to Pluggo and I, probably more than we're doing it justice. So thank you to everybody in the comments. Thank you to everybody for the support. All our friends, love wrestling in general. We appreciate every single one of you. Yeah. And we will be back here next Thursday night at 8 p.m. for episode 201 on the road to 300, baby. On the road to 300. But until then, you know the drill. Say hi to Sue. Thank you, Drew. Say hi to Sue. Peace out.
Hey there, Pluggo and JPJ. It's Trent's mom, Sue, and I have a bone to pick with you. So, I understand that you guys are being real idiots and spending your entire monthly budget. You've got to be kidding me. This is not the way to be when you're trying to run a business. Your boss, Spencer, is really pissed off at you. I'm pissed off at you. You have some nerve. Get a grip. You have to control yourself. You can't just go out and spend all the money that you're making, you Two Beards guys. Oh no, this is coming out so stupid. Anyway, behave yourselves, or I'm going to cut you off from watching AEW. You're no longer going to get to know, be able to meet my son. What? Oh, or me. I'm sorry, this is like, I don't know. Anyway, thanks so much for being fans. Watch yourselves.